Yeah,
Like
sure. All right, now we're live.
Finally.
What's going on, Mickey? How you doing tonight?
Oh, hello. Hello.
What's going on, Dylan Clark?
Hello, Jerry. You don't watch Seinfeld. You don't know that episode.
Sarah Vuth's asking, do you like the over, Mr. Big Guy?
Mr. Big Guy. I don't mind. That's actually a little more flattering than fat guy. Wouldn't you say? Mr. Big Guy?
Mr. Big Guy. I like it. It's kind of a mix of the two. What's up, Jackson? How you doing tonight?
Oh, we got the Irishman in the house? Okay.
Yeah, it's still early, at least for us.
Or at least for us.
Mickey's on the under.
I don't like giving prognostications and over-unders, but I like the IND, and I think that favors the under. So under it is.
34% of bettors are on the under. And it opened at 46.5. It's down to 46. I think I might jump on the under tonight.
You're jumping on it right now?
I think so.
Wow. Sorry, Big Rye is stoic in these types of situations. It's nice to see him be human.
But a lot of public bets have come in on Indy today. So the bets split is 60-40 right now. 60% for Houston, 40% for Indy.
Oh, you are American Jackson? I don't know. I want to have I want to romanticize the Irishness. You know, I was hoping for an accent, all that kind of stuff. And now you're just one of the guys. Oh, it's okay. You do have a very good and very strong name, a thespian name. I'm on Houston minus 3.5. Jackson Helms fading the fat guy and the crew.
What's going on, Jackson? How you doing? Mickey Hill says last season divisional games with a total over 44 is hitting under about 63% over the last 5 seasons.
So then the question is that
that's some good research by you.
Yeah. So now we challenge it. That's what we always do because we all want to figure out what the best expected value thing is. Now, is that trend? Is the sample small, or are people overvaluing the over and pushing the line too high? Let's go Indy. Yeah, I like underdogs too. It would be good for us if Indy won too, to be honest. Both Jacksons on the Texans. Fair enough. Hope you guys participated in our contest. There's still time.
Sam's got Houston in the over, so he's against us in both facets today.
Oh, Hobgoblin? Sammy?
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Sammy Sweetheart, as some would like to say. Sarah Vu said,
Houston
okay,
is a mortal lock. For every lock there is a key.
Oh, I love when you say that.
Oh, gee, I could...
61% of people in the contest are on Indy plus 3.5. Only 38% on Houston, which is the exact opposite of the betting public.
I like to think our users are sharper.
Yeah, Mickey got that nugget from the Action Network.
The Action Network? Yeah. Well, Action Network owns Sports Insights.
Ah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes, they do. It's that. I should put that book. I'm gonna look it up here. I'm gonna bet the farm on TB. All the sharper guys seem to think that too. So it's interesting.
Chad Millman said Mickey. Oh, this guy again? This guy on the Fox broadcast early?
Michael Fabiano.
Yeah. What's going on, Regular Analytics? Welcome to the stream.
Analytics.
Dylan Clark said, I'm surprised the amount of people going with Houston. Did everyone forget Indy won back in week 7?
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a reason one way or another.
We're doing well. We're excited for the game. Been working on some stuff earlier today, and now it's game time, stream time, bets time. Kyle said because it's a revenge game, it's easy peasy.
Revenge game, easy peasy. Yeah, you could say that.
Here's a key factor right now.
Oh, it's Peter. I thought it was Michael Fabiano. I don't know who is this.
Peter Schrager.
Peter Schrager.
Look at this. If Peter picks Houston.
If Peter picks
Houston, we might have to take Indy on the money line.
Ah!
It's a no bet.
I swear they made him do that to be a foil. This guy has never been in an athletic competition. What about this week's handle? Mickey is pretty good, man. I got to be real. It's pretty funny. It's the part I like about it is how personal it is. Like, it went right in there. It'll be highlighted in one way or another. I don't know if I can let you win 2 in a row, Mickey, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. There's one other one in the running. It's top 2.
There's a couple of really
There's a couple
ones.
Good ones too.
It's a lot of the same people coming up with the good ones.
Mickey, I have a feeling that you guys are going to be competing for the title every week. But hey, man, everyone just got to man up. Because I like it when they pull tidbits from the video and then highlight that, or the live stream. That's the best part. I can't say his name on stream because it's too good. It needs to be revealed in the video.
Oh, yeah. We'll keep it for the
video. We have to keep it away. I was laughing.
I'll catch up with all the chats here. Dylan Clark said Michael Strahan is huge. Jackson Littlewood said that game arguably should have gone to overtime. Watson was ruled down on a play where he clearly wasn't and threw a touchdown. Jackson Helm said, I wouldn't be surprised if Indy wins straight up either, since a divisional game. Either way, it's going to be close. I just feel like Houston wants to bounce back after Baltimore and Indy earlier this year.
Yeah.
After losing to them, sorry. Regular Analytics said it could go either way here. Never know how division games will be. And one of my favorite comments so far, Sam said, I'll take fat guys loud breathing and eating too close to the mic over Fox's broadcast anytime.
I like how unsophisticated I am. I don't know how a microphone works. I'm 31 years old.
Yeah, it's tough.
What I crinkled that bag and you lost it on me. I'm like, it's behind the mic. You're like, do you not know how microphones work?
Well, it doesn't bother me. It's going to bother everybody else.
Yeah. I'm a Chargers fan. I'm wearing a lot of Cleveland gear these days, and I particularly hate this version of the Cleveland Browns. I like how the Raiders are built right now, but I mean, our allegiance is to the dollar. It really is. Everyone knows that. That's followed us enough, but I went full Cleveland today. Oh, hey, you guys want to hear something funny? I went to the Bottle Depot today, and this guy, he backed out. There's only one way to get in the Bottle Depot, so he tried to back out of the Bottle Depot because he pulled out of his parking spot the wrong way. And then, I was, I guess, in the way a little bit, and he swung his car around, and he got out of the car like he wanted, he wanted action, but he was like a 5'9", 5'7", 60-year-old man, and he got out of the car and slammed the door, and then he turned and looked at me, and then he's like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Yeah." And then when he saw me come back out of the Bottle Depot because he was still there because he was recycling paint or something, he goes, "Oh yeah, so the Browns." I'm like, "Yeah, the Browns." It was like he was trying to find a way to not get his ass kicked. Not that I would do that, but he was a little bit. He didn't think that this mammoth fat man was going to come out of the car. It was pretty funny.
Mickey Hill's a huge fan of Joe Buck. Kyle Chappelle says he's got an idea for us here, fat guy. You guys should release a top 10 for the names contest at the beginning of the fourth quarter of all Thursday night games. Then a top 5 at the beginning of fourth quarter of Sunday prime time. Top 3.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, so we like a tier.
A tier? Oh, like an elimination.
Like when Tim Heidecker was deciding who was going to give him blood out of all the cronies he has.
Oh, right. Or UFC when they used to do tournaments all in one day.
Yeah, I miss.
Those are
there's
rad.
nothing better than a fight contest that has to happen in one day.
Yeah, 3 fights in a day. Could potentially be a boost to people coming to stream. Possibly. Oh, and here we go. This guy's just strutting his shit over here.
Picked last, Jake Jacobs. Enjoying the top spot.
ATS top dog has entered. He's allowed to, you know. If you got a thick hog, just let it flounder, man. Pull that shit out. Air it out. Air it out. He's doing it.
He's got such a good lead, too.
Dude, I don't even know, like, hoist Gracie for the win. Absolutely. Chemo Leopoldo would have beat him if Chemo had a haircut before. Because he tied it up tight at top, and Hoist just anchored onto that thing like someone drowning, and it worked. Yeah, how does he, like, that's 96 and 65? That's a serious...
A 4-game lead?
That's a serious year, though. Like, that's not... It's, I think, what do we do the math on? It was like 0.1. It's 0.1%. That's how good it is. It's a 1 in 1,000 shot to do that well.
And Zit's 78 and 52.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's less impressive is the percentages are close and he doesn't have the largest sample. It's still ridiculously good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Nice, we got Aaron Andrews. All right. Yes. Sorry, like the NFL is so bad at botching this. Is it bad that I'm clapping for Aaron Andrews? Am I the only one? I can't be. I know Mickey Hill's with me on this one. And same with John Stacey. But I mean, really?
Kyle's with you.
Bring back blonde Aaron. Yeah, I agree. But really, Mickey, beggars can't be choosers at this point. She's the... As Macho Man Savage would say, the cream of the crop rises to the top.
I'm pretty sure Marlon Mack is out.
Pretty sure he is. Nice to see Hilton active, though. You should know, man. He's your fantasy team, buddy.
Well, I'm not starting him.
That was such a good
Marlon
keeper.
Mack's inactive. Rakia Sin's inactive. Paris Campbell's inactive.
Rakia Zine's inactive? That's not good.
Trayvon Coley, who might not be a surprise inactive, but is an okay player. Ebron and T.Y. Hilton are active. For the Texans, Mike Adams is inactive. Chris Clark's inactive. A big surprise to you, fat guy. Kiki QT is inactive.
Kiki QT's inactive?
Bradley Roby's inactive. Will Fuller is going to play tonight.
It's good. I need him to play. I need to cash that bet. He's arguing that Will Fuller needs to play 12 games. That much.
Yeah.
Aaron Andrews' body with fat guy's voice. I have the worst voice. If I hear myself, it's like George. It's terrible. Here we go. First down. Inside run. Jonathan Williams getting the start. First NFL start.
He played well at unlimited snaps last week.
Yeah. They got a beefy... Look at the beefy offensive line of the... Or say defensive line of the Texans.
Oh. Wow. No regards for his body. Jonathan Williams just throws himself into the pile.
That's what you're supposed to do, man. If there's a pile of guys, you chuck yourself in there.
Yep.
The real question in everyone's mind, will Quentin Nelson finally get his first touchdown? I say yes. Well, you're hoping for a fumble in the end zone recovered by Quentin Nelson. Pretty tough. Pretty tough. Tackles can get touchdowns. Guards, not so much. Ooh, Garyon Conley. Forgot about him. Oh, and who would say Vernon Hargraves, too. They're getting a lot of former first-round cornerbacks.
They're scrapping the pile with whoever they can get.
Yeah, they're pretty thin at. Those guys will at least have the physical ability. He's open, dude. Good job. Good job.
Sam says your voice is fine, fat guy. Everyone feels that way about themselves. Mickey asked, y'all see Q's keg stand last week?
Quentin Nelson did a keg stand?
Yeah, he had a keg stand celebration.
That's awesome.
I saw a picture of it, but I didn't see the...
No, I didn't see it. That's great. I haven't done one of those in forever. Like 10 years, a keg stand.
Who's picking
no one
you
could
up?
lift me anymore. Back then they could. I was only like 220.
It's easier for you to lift the keg over top of you rather than lift you over
I could
top
lift
of
the
keg.
keg. Dude, kegs are heavy, man. I've done it a couple times, but like that's like probably to here. I don't know if I could clean and jerk it. I could clean and jerk other stuff, but
If you ever have a daughter, her name should be Keg.
yeah.
Because that's what she's going to look like.
I don't know. What if I lay down with a pretty lady?
50-50
Or
shot.
man, apparently men can have kids now. That's what I've been learning.
Macho Man.
Jason Finley. Nelson is a gorilla. Yeah.
What's going on, Jason? How you doing tonight? Kyle
There you go.
appreciated that
Second and
celebration.
14 after an ill-fated pitch to the strong side. Play action. Plenty of time, but no one's open. Whoa! Oh, hey, that might be a flag, man. That was, I gotta say, that's one of the better pump fakes I've seen. This is my favorite coach in the NFL, everybody, Frank Reich. This guy's a boss,
Frank
man.
Reich's been good.
Good, he's been superb. Hey, we just lost the best player on our team. It's fine. It's fine. I got Indy plus 9.5 and over 41. Let's get it. Teasing? Oh, Jason, how many times I got to tell you not to tease? But I still want you to win. We're on Indy too. Most of the chat is. Well, Indy's going to have to punt now, which is okay. Oh, he got a speed. I hope Brissett's not hurt. That would be bad. He teased it, Dylan. He teased it. The over 41's probably teased too. So I think it was 46.5 when we looked. All right, Houston's going to take over. We're going to see here. Oh. Oh, that was a total. Wow. They got away with one. Because that hit was late and a hit to the head.
Yep.
I mean, not that I care, but... Dylan, what a teaser is you get a worse odd set, but you get a grace in... they add points. Like, everything's personal preference. Do what gives you the least amount of regret. So... I just think the math doesn't favor it. We're realists here. I know it's so boring. Like, show them Big Rye. Some lady Big Rye knows gave him one of the government sports action sheets to pick, and he doesn't. I know he doesn't even want to fill it out because it's negative EV.
I don't know if that's in camera or what.
Whatever. It's in camera. It's because I don't know. We really take the like for guys that are supposed to be, I guess, entertainment gambling prognosticators. We're a little bit anticlimactic because we don't hype up bets very often, if ever.
Well, entertainment-wise, at least, this is a 5-star game.
I
This
knew
is
that
a big
was
game.
coming. I'm sorry,
this
guys.
This is an exciting game. Anytime you get to see Jacoby Brissett lace up the sneakers, drop back, 3-step, 5-step, 7-step drops, make those passes into tight windows.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I really just asked for it. I really did.
I'm just happy that one of Bill Simmons' friends finally made the NFL.
Who's Bill Simmons' friend? Yeah, well, that's because he's a troll, Jason. We feed this troll. You should see him in real life. It's a nightmare for everybody involved. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you want me to say?
Why don't you show him the shirt you're wearing on underneath? That'd be good for the live stream.
I'll go put it on later.
All right. Texans take over at the 15. Got a little flaggeroni here. Holding. Excellent. Except for Minnesota, Dallas. Yeah, Zit Vono. Here we go. We got a whole crew here.
Zit's been paying
Full
attention.
house. Yeah, yeah.
But Leighton Vander Esch did play that game, which is always 5 stars watching Leighton Vander Esch go sideline
Greg
to
Turkington
sideline.
over here. Jeez.
I like that guy.
Man, so do I. You should watch his movie, Entertainment. I don't know. It's pretty artsy, but you probably would like it. It's a Rick Alverson production. You should like those.
Rick Alverson.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of time for Watson, but nobody open. Cross-body pass to Will Fuller. Surprised Will Fuller didn't break something on that reception. I can't see Jason's comment. What do you write? Oh, did you guys think of Kaepernick workout? I don't know. A little bit of a... It's just
a publicity stunt.
More or less,
He's
yeah.
not going to any team right now.
I would be shocked if they did. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if it makes sense. And he's old, too, so like you have to invest resources.
Also, the NFL's the one trying him out. Like, there's not... Teams aren't calling him in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Are teams sending scouts and then they just collectively pay for his tryout?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did he have to pay for a tryout? Like, how does that work?
I bet you had something to do with the...
Can you and I try out for the NFL?
I don't think anyone wants to pay to watch either of us do anything. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, I sound like Paul Bearer. Oh, yes! First down. Texans.
What?
Howdy, pals from Shreveport, Louisiana. Hot tub up and rocking.
Oh.
Jeff Roblo.
My day just turned around. What's going on, Jeff?
Jeff, just a little heads up. Your hot tub competed in our contest last week. Someone named Jeff Roblo's hot tub entered some picks. I don't know who it was, but better be at 102. They got a lot of speed, I just realized, at receiver.
What's going on, Jeff? I imagine Jeff is like Eddie Murphy doing the Too Hot in the Hot Tub stuff.
James Brown in the hot tub?
Yeah. That's what I picture.
101. Perfect, buddy. Perfect.
101. Nice.
Jeff Roblo's hot tub.
Let's round up just for us.
102. You can't... Oh, nice run. Texans churning.
Yeah, Jason, that is a great skit.
I'm playing you in fantasy, Big Rye.
Yeah, we got any guys going tonight?
No. As if we
Who do I have on the bench?
Mac, and that's it. You and I don't have any Colts or Texans. Oh, I dropped Duke Johnson. Hot Tub went 8-6 last week, making profits. You got to make profits when you have to get shipped off to Texas to get fixed.
Yeah.
You better be in the black when you betting.
Jason's gonna go
watch this skit.
That skit's so good.
It's one of the best ones. Hot Tub making money moves. You have to, man.
Did he just do it once? I feel like that might have been a 2
No, I think it's two or three. I think
a little before our time.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 for the Texans at the 42. Single back formation. Ooh, I was feeling a play action bootleg, but Hyde is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. How many of us are on Indy tonight? There's 2 guys against us, but I'm gonna say it's like 7-2.
In the contest,
61%
are on Indy, 38, pretty much 39% on the Texans.
Ooh, Watson with lots of time, extending plays, chucks it up, and it's he threw it away. Indy and the under seems to be the thing. Indy and the under is looking okay so far. It's about as good a start as you can get, I would say.
Not if you're Sam Wheel, who's going for a Houston over tonight.
Houston and over, yeah. Well, he likes to go against us, which is fine though. We like that. We want the marketplace exists for a reason.
Sam's been hitting some big money line dogs in the NBA, which is nice.
That is always nice. Nice job from the secondary of the Indy. Boom. Boom. That could mean good, could mean bad.
Oh, that's
Big
a nice hit.
And it's going to be a flag against... this might be a 15-yarder against the Colts. We prefer the under. I don't bet the NBA. Big Rye does a little bit, though.
Yeah, I took the under tonight, Zit, and I've been betting NBA, but not that much. We're going to start doing some more videos on all of the leagues.
We got to study the market a bit more, though.
Yeah. I think for now I'm just going to start doing videos about the market and then say this is where I'm leaning, but there's not enough proof to...
There's not enough data yet that we know of.
Are we going to study the XFL? That's an excellent question, Zid. I think it depends on the popularity and how many people are betting and what information we can get from the XFL.
It's interesting. You can handicap it, and the information flow is just going to be difficult. So I want to see. I hope it's running into the kicker. I really do. I've always been curious about the CFL, oddly enough, considering I've never watched a game. Oh, I heard that crack. I don't know. There's probably value, Jason. There probably is.
There will be, but who knows about these players? Like, how are you supposed to even start handicapping without insider info?
There's ways to do it. You might be able to see. Oh, yeah, that's not that bad.
Is that a hold on Houston?
Yep. It's 2 plays offsetting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there will be sharps that know the players. There are in CFL. There's things like that. I know a big CFL better. So.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Ooh, Jeff, thank you. Keep it at 102, pal. Did they draft yet? I don't think so.
I think they did.
I feel like this chair is going to go anytime. I better sit up. I don't need to make it 3 for the year.
You're going to have to stand for the stream.
I'm going to have to stand? I'll just take a nap on the ground and light up this room.
Yeah, I'll go get the heels. I got a feeling, is the stream cutting in and out for you guys? Oh, Will Ferrell has a hot tub skit as well for us.
Oh, yeah. That one's it's a common one. It's this thing he did, this lovers sketch he does with Rachel Dratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what the name is exactly.
Yeah, Dylan said
it's
it
is.
out.
It is.
I think there's something wrong with my internet. I feel like
there's
something going on with the upload.
Okay, we're not the only ones confused. Oh, it's a re-punt. Wow. That almost got blocked, too. Should I cash out my Houston to over parlay? I'm getting 65% back ATM. No. To be honest, it's like paying insurance. You're just gonna pay a commission twice. So just ride with it, Sam. You made your bet. Lay in it. Wasn't HD either. Do you really want to see me in high definition though, Jason? Let's be real. I feel like I'm a 480p guy.
Yeah, you got a face for radio.
Wow, that's about as good as you can get. Jason teased the Colts to 9.5 points, and he teased the over/under to over 41. Oh.
He stepped up, but I think he got both feet back in before he touched the ball.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, it sucks. He's got 1 foot in, 2 feet in, then touched the ball. So
he's good.
His strap thing on the back touched the white. I don't know if that counts as part of your body.
Is your uniform supposed to? Nice job, Brian Anger. Nice punt. Who did he punt for before? I think the Jags.
Maybe. Is there more than one Anger?
Pat Angerer, but no.
Was he on the Browns?
No.
Who was it on the Browns then? There was a veteran guy. Andy Lee?
Andy Lee.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Britton Colquitt. Or Dustin. I don't know.
Just wondering because you're ahead of me, so I got to know what to expect when you call out a big play. Oh, okay.
Can you open the window? I'm getting heated in here with all the...
Oh, yeah. It's getting hot.
It's getting hot in here. Much like the hot tub. Take a message.
Is that Remy Shan?
I can't believe you got it right. You're going empty again. Oh, I don't like this play. Great job, though, by Williams. Wow.
I wonder how many people picked them up and are starting them this week.
That's a good question. Well, if you and I are in the league, running backs are at a premium, let's be honest here. And they just run a hurry up and get it. It looks like he got it. Yeah, first down. That's awesome. Only the Colts do this kind of stuff. Who I'm playing against Carlos Hyde in the other league. They just did a hurry up.
Is that team's name Mouth Finish?
Yeah, it's Mouth Finish is his team name.
I
particularly, I don't know. I wouldn't say I don't know. Just diametrically opposite of this guy in most things.
Were there any more legal ramifications from what happened in that league a few weeks ago?
No, there hasn't been.
Did that guy quit the league?
There's going to be a hold. No, he didn't. I beat him really bad last week, so I kind of 442, 8, 7, 6, 5. There you go. Snap. 2nd and 10. Great run. Good question, Mickey Hill. We always knew each other. We went to different high schools, but we had like similar friend groups. So close to 20 years I've known you. We've been good friends for about 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about fair. Yeah, we always knew of each other. So very similar circles. And we only lived like...
blocks away.
Ironically, we lived probably, 5 blocks away?
Yeah.
You lived on the good side of that one street, though.
It was like the Berlin Wall that separated us.
It did, though, that big wall. Yeah.
And you were East Germany.
I was East Germany. Wasn't East Germany. I was at, Checkpoint Charlie, okay? not able to get the first down, but they're going to be able to. They gave some room for the punter at least for Indy. This is looking good for the under here. So everyone who has the under, in particular the first half under, is barring some explosive play. The Texans are definitely capable, though. And you think about it, Stills and Fuller, that's some serious speed over the top. Ironically, the best receiver on their team by a mile is DeAndre Hopkins, and I would hardly call that guy a speed demon.
Yeah. Well, over-unders are a weird thing to bet because like they can drop 21, 28 points in like 4 or 5 minutes. It's
just
not hard to do.
Just unlikely though, right?
Yeah.
D-Hop house call. Come on, boys. Sam, we can't root for you and ourselves. It's not how it works. Someone's got to lose.
I'm here for the entertainment value of this game.
Of course.
I don't need to bet on games to have fun. I like just watching them for the original football game that they are. Betting is just like a side thing.
Is that what it is for you?
Yeah, I'm here for the enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, that's why you watch every game you bet on.
Are you kidding?
You don't even know if you won or lost.
I know who the center is on Seton Hall.
Yeah. How many college basketball games have you watched this year? That's a 0. How many have you bet? 20? Maybe more? Yeah.
Maybe more?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what I bet today.
I know you'll look after.
Just check at the end of the week.
It's been good. It's been bad. It's been 5 stars.
5-star bets.
I got Georgia Tech -2. Fade the Gators, Big Rye. Big Rye, there needs to be an over-under for entertainment value out of 5 stars each week. I don't know. I would just multiply the games by 5, take half a point off, and it's either over or under that.
Who did Mickey say he has?
I was watching NBA Experts picks. I don't get why NFL draws more people betting. The 5-on-5 factor, and it's just so much more predictable. Well, Eric, interesting comment. You always have good ones. I would say the NFL is probably less predictable, like you said. But isn't that what you want, though? It's kind of like good example is think of people that play. They're going to play a game. They're going to gamble on it. They're more likely to gamble on poker than chess. You know what I mean? Because poker has this allure of luck, right? And because in short term, anything can happen. If if Phil Ivey plays a Joe in poker and the Joe goes all in every hand, there's a chance he could win. But if a Joe plays Magnus Carlsen, the best chess player in the world, there is a 0% chance he's going to win. He would have to make 10 critical mistakes in the row, which will just never happen, right? So you can wager on WrestleMania, Eric, depending on the book.
Yeah, but betting on wrestling is like the dumbest thing you could do. The lines are crazy.
Well, you tried to get me to bet on... Big Rye was in a pool betting on Game of Thrones, and he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to look at the gambling odds because he didn't want to foreshadow what happened in the show. So he was going to get me to do it, but he forgot because I'd never watched his show. And if you can gamble on Game of Thrones, it's a scripted show.
Yeah.
Kind of like Penn State plus 18.5.
They did. I have seen lines for WrestleMania, and they're stupid. It's like the guy who's going to win is like minus 60,000, and the bet limits are like $100. So what are you going to do?
Make 60 cents?
Yeah, exactly.
And whatever.
Sam, when you said fade the goddamn Gators, you talking about Florida in basketball? Because they already played today. It looks like they didn't cover. Mickey said Vegas was all over Brand Stark, so I'm glad I didn't look.
That was the guy you liked, right?
No, I actually thought that the Night King was going to win, like the bad guy. I thought he was just going to kill everybody. That's what I thought. That would have been the most Game of Thrones ending they could have had, because the Game of Thrones premise of the entire series was being unpredictable.
Oh, okay.
So doing what was like a ton of people main character gets killed off like 5 episodes in.
That can't be. There's no way. All right. We're going to get a contested catch here. It's ruled no catch by Hopkins, which would be a first down. Now the refs don't know. This is crazy. They ruled it a catch. I want to see this. Hopkins is one of the only guys that could make a catch that good.
That catch is good. He's got both feet in. He's got the ball.
What an amazing catch. Now not only do you have to guard inside the field, you have to guard 2 yards outside of the field. Unbelievable.
As a corner, you want receivers catching the ball on the outside because you can push them out. But that was an excellent throw from Deshaun.
Ooh. Watson took a unneeded hit, I would say.
It's been a couple good hits from Walker. Mickey was pulling for Tyrion because he's got to pull for a dwarf with Dick Swag.
That's you. Is there anything LSU will play down for Georgia and eliminate Alabama? Plan on money lining Georgia. That's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. Bama's got their own troubles too. I haven't watched enough college football though. I gotta be real. All right, we got 3rd and 8 here. This is a big one here. Interesting point here. I'm going to get to it after this 3rd down. They're going empty, too. They got a lot of speed on the field right now. It's not empty anymore. Is it a false start? Nice. Titus Howard, rookie, 1st-round pick. They say it's a bit of a reach. Anyways, going back to what I was going to say. Hold on, I just totally lost what I was... How do I just lose your train of thought? That's unbelievable. Oh, yeah. They were saying that Matt Eberflus was hired by Josh McDaniels and then Frank Reich as a defensive coordinator. And Frank Reich went, I guess we're just going to go with it. I mean, that's pretty interesting that, like, he didn't even pick his own guy. That just, I don't know, makes me more like Frank Reich more. Another nice 1st down. Darren Fells, wow. Houston Texans going to win. Sure, by 3 hopefully, just what Mickey said. Absolutely. That's a money ball. I got to be real. 1 quarter, 0-0. That's great for the under.
Jason calling for the Texans to still win this. Jason Finch, that is. Jason Finley, not a good look for the over. Mickey Hill's hoping by 3. Sam says, over looking great there, due for a bunch of points now. Eric Johansson said this is close to being a playoff game. Jason Finley, unless they score right away in the second.
I can go ahead.
As soon as the Colts winning by 6.
Oh, that's a calling your shot. I would say this is close to being a playoff game. I think that's a good I don't know, comment, a good insight. I would say I would agree with that.
Colts are going to be the reason this game stays under.
Well, good. I mean, if the Colts are going to cover, the game has to be a little bit, can't be very points happy. Maybe it'll be like the Vikings score 20 in the 4th quarter. All of those things are possible. They're just unlikely, right? Was there a sale on crystal balls that I didn't hear about? I like that line. That's a good line.
That's one you should use.
I'm going to be using that. Sorry, Jason. I'll credit you at some point, but I'm going to be stealing that at some point.
It's amazing how we have the audience tilted against the public.
I mean, yeah. Point in case, though, Mickey. I mean, we just have the results. So do you. It just works. Like, it's not like Big Ryan. Big Ryan and I have... How many hours have we spent handicapping this game? Like, football? Hundreds? Thousands?
No. Like, we spent maybe 2.5 hours checking out the NFL and then deciding to start up this YouTube channel.
No, in our ether since 2009.
I haven't stopped. There hasn't been 1 hour I've taken off since 2009.
This guy can't even get a
That's
real
how
answer.
we do. That's how you do well against the spread.
We've turned over every stone possible handicapping, and we came to the realization that like the market plays are always better from day one, really. So there are times to handicap, but I mean, I'd just rather take the markets going against the public in general.
I like what Eric said.
I consider getting hypnotized to see the future. Hey, man, I told you, I don't agree with 90% of the stuff you write about, but I like that you at least turn the stones over, man. It's so important. That's how you get there. You don't get there by doing the same thing everyone else did.
I know a guy who got hypnotized to see the future, and he started investing in Chilean mines.
I do know that guy. He also is balding, and he has a comb over.
We've given up too much.
Yeah. I saw an analysis of this team's playoff odds, and this game is absolutely crucial. Winner has about a 65% chance of getting there, while loser only has 45%. Interesting. Explain market plays. It's just basically what we're doing. It's betting against the public. It's finding out where the sharp money is. And obviously, when you see the sharp money move, there's a... I cut out.
Our stream's still up, though.
When the sharp money moves, they move first. So, like, don't forget, to handicap the sport, it takes so much, right? And so what you want to do is when you see a consensus, a wisdom of those crowds, I could say, when you see the line start to move and you piggyback on it, that's pretty much a market play, right? Or reverse line movement where there's a heavy volume on one side, but the line is moving the opposite direction. That means there's way more money on the less volume side, so that's a pure market play. This is an overthrow here.
There's three things that I look for in market plays, and one's contrarian. Contrarian meaning that
lopsided volume.
You want to take the side that less people are on. Then there's steam moves, which is anytime you see a line move drastically at lots of different books without any major reason. And the third one is reverse line movements.
Which is the strongest, I would say.
Yeah, which you have to take into account goes with contrarian plays. So that just is a stronger contrarian
strongest
play. Yeah. But it's interesting because you need to know what's the difference between a steam move and a contrarian or a reverse line movement. So those are two things that are interesting to follow.
Because steam moves can be false flags too. So,
well, steam moves could be more than just like a handicapping thing. It might be an injury.
Yeah.
Like if, for instance, if Deshaun Watson was injured and whoever their backup has to play, like this line would swing, I don't know, maybe 6 points. Like Colts would probably be 3-point favorites if Deshaun Watson's not playing.
He touched them. Oh, thank goodness.
So that would be an example when you wouldn't... that would be a steam move, but for all the wrong reasons. That would be a steam move that you'd want to ignore.
You're friends with Miss Cleo? Call the line anytime. The dear departed Miss Cleo. You guys must talk through ESP.
Eric said he's done this in the past and it worked for him to lose weight. If you like a game, would being late and losing pounds, you would have GOT. Would it cause you to bulk?
Balk.
I'll let you take that one.
If you like a game, would being late and losing points you would have got, would it cause you to balk? Big Rye doesn't care about losing points. I'm more of a stickler, so yeah, I would care. Some books say don't bet it at all. Some books say bet less. Big Rye's more steadfast. He'll take the loss in equity with the points. I'm a little bit more I'm more interested in being a little bit earlier. The problem is, though, you do make mistakes sometimes, and you end up buying lines bad when you're early. So, I mean, there's
good with bad.
There's good and bad.
So we're trying to figure out how to eliminate the bad and focus on the good.
As far as movements go.
The big difference between those two is one's more of a handicapping style and the other one's a market style. So if you have a line that you like and you've handicapped that this should be the line, this is your opportunity, then there's advantage to take that line.
But there's also a flip to that coin, though. It's if you think the market is going to push that line. I talk about it a lot in the video, right? So, I mean, but you're also predicting. The problem is, though, is a lot of those predictions I make as far as line movements go are really just gut predictions because we don't really have the data right now as far as line movements go. We've been trying to get it. We want to get it, but it's difficult.
The only thing we have is experience, but we don't have anything concrete to go after.
As far as market line moves, no, we don't.
Yeah.
Full disclosure. So it's not like I still think I'll take my gut over nothing, but I mean, I'd much rather have a concrete set of data. I really would. The one thing we can say for certain since we've been doing this is going against the volume, public volume, is a winning play overall. And point in case, look at the contest. I mean, I hate to harp on it, look at our results, but I mean, the guys who have been winning, and since we've been doing this for, even on YouTube, because we did on YouTube for transparency, is to put any of our, substantiate any of our claims, right? So, I mean, it's our sample probably isn't long enough in the two and a half seasons we've been doing this, but I mean, I can tell you from a 10-year perspective, it is. So, and the good thing though is I think this is kind of the right time for this type of style because in the United States, like gambling on, we're not American. You guys can educate us better on this. But I mean, Americans, that's as American as apple pie. Not that I don't even know if apple pie is American, but I mean, to prosper, let's say. And the thing is, like big bettors, they're always it's going to be difficult, but you can always. Crashed. What crashed? Oh no. We good again? Sorry about the choppiness, guys. The internet's not been.
We're going to fix this at halftime. We have to go down for at least probably 10 or 15 minutes to fix it. So we're going to do that at the end of this quarter. So we're going to be missing the Genesis halftime show. Hopefully you guys can forgive us. But you'll have plenty of entertainment going on.
There we go. I might have. I was actually had a couple profound things. But going back, as I don't know how far I got cut off at. But I was saying that it's as American as a Liberty Bell betting on football, and so when you add a what?
Jason said he loves Genesis.
Oh God, it's funny. But when you're saying when you make it legal across the states, you're going to get a lot more. The sharp to square ratio, I think, is going to widen. And it's gonna give a little bit of opportunity to bet against them again. Lines are gonna get better, I think. It'll only be for a window in time. So much like that Oprah movie that I didn't watch.
I didn't tell you about the story of at my work. My former job. There's a lady who likes to bet parlays.
Yeah. Yes, I know which one.
And so she made a killing last week.
Of course she did.
4-team parlay. Baltimore, New England, the Saints, and I don't know, whoever the fourth best team is.
Yeah.
And they all won.
What did it pay?
I don't know, I think she put down 80 and it paid 300. I don't know.
She got 4-1 on a 4-game parlay.
Yeah. But she was like, I'm printing money. This is so easy. And then she said, I lost every other week, though.
She didn't realize that, so if you won 300 and you lost 80 the other 10 weeks, you're down $500.
Yeah. The other thing I enjoyed was up there, or earlier we were looking at all the people in that contest. And what was it? There was 40 people out of 800 that went 15-0 this week.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, huh?
No, it's not crazy.
That's a pretty big coincidence that all
No, it
40
isn't.
of those people
No, it
went
isn't.
15-0.
No, it isn't. A bunch of people picked New England to win. Good for them. Like, holy, this brace on Brissett looks huge. They're at 2nd and 9 right now. ...21-yard line. 11:05 left. Clock running.
Good public weekend for a public parlay.
Yeah. Well, that looks like a first down by Jack Doyle. I can't dance. Yeah, me neither.
You know what the price range is for a brace like that?
I do.
No.
My sister got, 4 ACL surgeries on one leg? She has a brace, one that was 800 and one that was many thousands, so...
I still think it's weird that your family decided to change your name to Thomas Davis Sr.
Yeah, I know. We'd all like to see Fat Guy Fortnite dance. I've never played Fortnite.
It's terrible.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't like it.
C-Stop, 21-21. What's up, fellas? I cashed in on division leaders and wildcard teams
37.50.
and I hit one of my half-point parlay teaser cards for 37.50.
That's big time.
That's unreal. That's great, man. Congrats.
It's legal here, yeah. In the South, Mickey. I don't need to name your state, but yeah.
Dylan said, sports betting is about to explode in the States. I imagine most states will have it legalized and easily accessible within the next 3 years. Indiana and a couple others are already on board.
Yeah, New Jersey's always been the front runner. Obviously Nevada, but New Jersey as well. I don't care anymore. I don't know what that's in regards to.
Mickey wants you to send out his home address on our next video.
Oh, it's state. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah, everything. Like, there's no privacy anymore. You guys, if you guys knew how hard it was to get Big Rye to get me to come on camera, it was ridiculous. Even my voice, I wanted it masked.
3 hours of fluffing to get him to do it.
Yeah, 3 hours of fluffing. That's a long time to have an erect penis, man. Usually you have to call a doctor for that kind of thing. 2nd and 16 for the Colts here. 33 didn't even run a route. Brissett is doing a lot of running for a guy with an injured knee.
I got a feeling this one's coming back.
Will they do in the air tonight? Genesis song? Another holding call. Unfortunate. You kind of knew it was coming. Unfortunate because considering how much of an effort Brissett had on that run. That was a holding call though. In the living years. Phil Collins is an asshole. I don't know Phil Collins. Second and 26. This is crazy. Big bomb from Brissett.
That was weird.
It looked like he slid, but he didn't. All right, now we're back, I think. This internet thing is annoying. Sorry, guys. Do I just reset it now?
Yeah, I guess we can try.
And we're gonna reset it, guys. We'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Can we just cut out magically? We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be here at least. You guys think the division leaders and real wild card contenders will win again this week? I had a good feeling about that last week, and it paid off. I never look at those types of things. It's more marketplace for me than anything, really. So, I mean, I don't put too much stock into that kind of thing. What could have happened to you last week is a coincidence, in all honesty, right? But I mean, because I always talk about anchoring points, and I always feel like it's a human flaw, right? I'm not saying you, and I'm not even saying you're wrong. You could be totally right. But I'm just thinking in the pantheon of decision making is you have like everyone goes like I heard a guy at the bar go like I knew Russell Wilson would win against the 49ers 2 weeks ago because he's the best player. Like you're anchoring on Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? Like that's your reasoning. When realistically it's a multitude of probabilities that sway in your favor, right? So does that mean they're going to have a better performance versus a worse one? I mean, perhaps. I just don't have any of the data, and I always feel like those are anchoring points. I want to take as much human decision making out of gambling as possible. That's because I told you we liked handicapping before. That was fun. That was a fun part of football. And it just flipped on its head. The labor to output is just difficult, and it's actually more frustrating. And another human flaw that gets exploited when you handicap is emotional reactions to things, because you bear the losses a bit stronger when you're handicapping. So like think about when you make a wrong decision, it's not necessarily wrong, but the result didn't go your way. I think you take it harder when you're handicapping, and it'll set you up for further mistakes. So I know I'm soapboxing a lot here, but I don't know. Just my thoughts, pen to pad, as they say, speaking cathartically. So I like the idea of just taking the emotion and the decision making it to a minimum. She's a pretty strong athlete, let's say. Wow. Fumble recovered by the Texans. Do you reset it?
No. Myles Garrett accused.
Yeah. So what's the plan here? Are we gonna?
I have to wait from higher powers.
Oh yes. I'm probably not going to say that. I've been accused of being retarded. Maybe they're right. I don't know. Maybe that's the correct verbiage. I don't know what's you're allowed to say and not. Oh, it's happy birthday, Troy. I'm sure they'll be cracking back on a few cocktails later. That's for sure. Somebody's up with the internet. It's up and down in Cali. I think it's up and down in here too, so it'll be all right. Yes, interception. Yes. It's up and down in Cali. Maybe there's a joke there. Tip pass, interception. Great concentration by Chris Moore. All right, we'll take that. Short field now.
Tough start for mouth finish.
Yeah, we'll see. He's not expected to win. I got a good team. There was a global internet crash about a month ago. You guys notice that? I don't recall, but I mean, that would make sense. I haven't had one of those in some time.
No, but my internet's been bad for about a month, so it makes sense.
Has it?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed at my place. I think it's got better at mine.
Well, I went and bought like a bad boy router, and we're still having these problems, so C-Stop, I've been watching NFL for a very long time now, and during this time of the season, the division leaders tend to put their foot down and separate themselves from the rest of the competition.
Yeah, no, I get you. It's like I said, I don't know if it's wrong necessarily. Like, I just want to highlight anchoring points and how that can be like a negative, a detriment rather than a positive. We're all learning together here. Like, this is a great thing, and we're all discussing theory really, because there's nothing's concrete. That's why they're like, unfortunately, it has to be like rigorous data to make me a sole believer. I'm open to hypotheses though, and we only have so much time, and we'll want to test as many as possible too.
Jason asks, if a rooster laid an egg on the peak of a roof, which way would the egg fall?
Away from me because of how many farts I cut in this room last weekend.
Yeah,
just like early in the season, they go on winning streaks. They tend to do the same late in the season for a few weeks. I mean, perhaps. I just don't know. It's a nice tip ball. Not Chris Moore, K Moore. That was great.
The best part about all this is that YouTube has this thing called Stream Health. And it says that it's been healthy and excellent this entire time, even though I can see it cut down, and everyone's saying it's cutting down.
Well, it's kind of like when they did Williams just trips here. It's kind of like when, like, of course I'm going to make a pizza reference. When Domino's would do like that preparation thing, like that little ticker,
yeah,
and they just artificially do it, right? Like it's prepared and then it's at your door. Excellent run by Williams. They're going to extend this drive for the Colts off a turnover. I hope they're able to get a touchdown. This first half under looks like a lock.
Online gambling is illegal in Louisiana, but we have like 3,000 riverboats. It's stupid.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about going to like the local casinos is they don't have sports books.
At least around here.
Yeah, which sucks. I'd be at the casino all the time if there was sports
you would
books.
be.
But there isn't, so I made my own.
Yeah, you pretty much have. Okay, they're not able to get. When the Colts are in the game, they're going to run the ball a lot, and they take the time right down. I love the Colts. Time of possession is so important to Frank Reich, clearly. I know it's 2nd and 11. He lost a yard there, but the way to keep the defense fresh, don't just go 3 and out.
T. Washington plays out. Probably not 100% healthy, but playing.
You got Indy +3 first half. Yeah, well, they're pushing right now.
That's an excellent line to get.
Oh, what a run. Nyheim Hines.
Looking
Woo!
fresh. It's nice when Nyheim Hines doesn't get touched.
Well, it's going to help for sure. There is I love the Colts' commitment to the run as well, Jake. This is how...
Chiefs game?
What's that?
So that Chiefs game when they just
Chiefs game is my favorite game in years.
Yeah.
Since the Raiders did it to the Broncos like 4 years ago. I love that game. That was like, it's rare for me to actually feel like good or like really enjoy a football game. Like it's kind of blasé considering how many we've watched for the most part. The streams are what made it fun for the most part, to be honest. But that Colts Chiefs game was it was poetry in motion for me. It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Hear from the future, you're going to like it. Yes. Yes.
It's like, man,
I don't know what that means, but
you're going to like the way you look.
You guarantee it?
I guarantee it.
I don't think there's enough fabric in the men's warehouse to clothe me.
You ever been to the Big and Tall store?
Yeah, I had to lots of times.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacoby.
This is exactly what I like. That is unbelievable.
If you score with a knee brace, does it count as 7 points and then an extra point?
I love you, Mickey and Brissett. Absolutely. Right on, guys. Good start here. What an awesome... That's how you... Sorry, the Colts are just... Oh, this is just how you do it, man.
Try refreshing something, see if anything's...
I think it's going to work now.
Oh, I think we're back on.
Nice. Oh, live stream. Yes. There we go. All right, we got to get caught. So, oh, Mike Jones, 281-330-8004. I got to do it every time. I'm sorry. 10 out of 10 burp right there, fat guy. There we go. By the way, I like your guys' picks for this week. In fact, I like them every week. You guys give me a great perspective on the parlay teaser cards. It feels easier to hit since I watch you guys are legit. Thank you. We appreciate that. Just trying to give a different outlook. You know what I mean? So we're very firm believers of contrarian theory, and we're just gonna keep pumping that until it sticks or it doesn't. It's a great way to. It's a great way to weed out people that are interested in another idea or not, right? Open-mindedness. So we're not popular with the squares. I don't know if you guys noticed some of the comments. I got called an asshole, and I need to eat a hot dog. Someone said unoriginal, which I found a little bit weird. You just pet against... I think that is original, though. Not that we care. It's just funny.
Why does it matter?
It doesn't. 2nd and 6. Can we get a stop here, Indy? Oh, yeah. Oh, Watson got hit big time.
I will say this. There was no one on YouTube. There still is no one on YouTube that has the same theory that we do. Everyone else makes their picks. I don't know. They go by like...
Feel.
Not even. They're going by like the stars and how they align.
Oh, Ray Dominic.
Yeah.
Astrological coach of
Thank you. Obviously, I wasn't going to get there.
Of the French national team during the 2006 World Cup. Here, I know some stars. Play Zidane. He's your best player.
Yeah.
Really easy. Oh, I can't believe that catch from Fuller. It's not a very Fuller-like catch. First down, Texans. Will Fuller the 5th. That's a long generation. First and 10 here. Our mic's working. We're all good.
We're all good.
Nice attempt by Duke Johnson, but it's going to be short 2 yards.
Jason's got his fingers crossed for a Houston touchdown. He's at over. I watched this dude show how he built all these Excel models to perfect his system. He's 45% on the year against the spread. Yeah, Mickey, it's tough. The fat guy and I, from our experiences, you can build whatever model you want, but you still have to put data into that model. And the data that you put into the model is always going to have bias. So unless you can cut out that bias, models are only as good as where you can fit people in.
And also, too, the data, like, the quality of data is suspect, right? Like, we used to really go off my gut, like, my eye test. And I just always thought that wasn't a... It did work for a time, but, I mean, it's...
It did, but we all have our biases that we put into stuff.
Absolutely.
Even you and I would disagree on certain things, and that's where we kind of, a lot of our ideas stem from, is collecting mass amounts of ideas from lots of different people and then using that information to make better decisions. But we're trying to take like the players and teams out of it and focus on markets, focus on things that are kind of fixed. Like Mickey said, data is or in story doesn't predict the future.
Yeah. Yeah. In that, well, I mean, like,
Mickey, you brought up a good one earlier, like that 5-year stat and 63% covers, but like they found whatever was the best thing that they could to say that this is what's going to happen, and then they said it like it's fact, when really how many games would have been over the last 5 years that even would have fit that category? Like
it's selective sampling. Is
maybe
what you're saying.
70, and so
Yeah,
then out of
that's not
70
enough.
games, it's what, like 40 and 30, and then now you've got a 63% difference type of thing. So it's
well, they always do that, like because whenever they reinforce something, they'll use a false flag positive statistic to anchor to. There I am talking about anchoring again. When I read something, I just end up bringing it to the forefront too often. But
well, here's a good example: is we have people that have been very successful, like Mickey, like Zit, even ourselves. We can't take all of our picks and find out what 3 we're all on, and then go, oh, we're gonna pick it at 60%. Like that's just not how it works.
Yeah, that's right.
All of us, even the top 10 guys, if you take all of our like universally picked
Jake
games,
Jacobs.
yeah, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to hit it 60% the rest of the season because we've hit it 60% for the first
absolutely,
160
absolutely.
games.
In fact, I've been foreshadowing it with the regression to the mean talk.
Yeah.
Oh, that looked like a hold to me. Watson with a bomb. Wide open touchdown.
There's that D-Hop touchdown that people were hoping for.
The future sucks.
The future sucks.
Yeah. I just caught up to it. 17 still got to be the under, though. Now I want to go over for first time half. What a quick touchdown. How does Hopkins get there? I want to see this. I really thought this was a hold.
I don't know what that safety's looking at. It's Hooker. It's like he was spying the quarterback, but
that was bad. That's unfortunate.
And like that, the first half's up to 17 points. And there's still at least one possession left before this this half ends. Oh, he's pushing his first half now. Well, luckily for you, the Colts still have one more possession. What do you think the odds are the Colts put up points this drive?
I think say 37%. Maybe 34. This is shooting from the hip number. Yeah, the defense wants that one back. There you go, Justin Houston in there. He is a stone cold.
Jason thinks 49% they score. First half total, I'm not too sure. What was the over-under, 46?
46 and a half. I'd imagine it's 20.
Oh, it'd be higher than that.
Unbelievable. I never have an easy wager. Well, in poker, whenever there's 2 all-ins, they always say there's always a sweat. And there always is a sweat in gambling. I'm assuming a touchdown pushes it over.
Yeah, I'd say 23.5 or 24. Yeah, 23.5, says Eric.
Yeah, so a touchdown, and he's toast. I wish I had more weight in my ass. It would be a lot more comfortable to sit down. I have a Hank Hill ass. I need a donut to ride a mower.
That's why I got these bruises here.
Dylan Cole. I never get why they do the injury stuff on field.
Like, oh, it was a non-contact injury. This guy messed himself up really good. Yeah, he messed himself up real good. The turf monster got him. Bernardrick McKinney looking on with lot of worry.
Turf monster. That's how I tore my ACL, was getting my leg caught in the turf.
Yeah. But you were laughing after when you tried to walk away.
I was laughing. I didn't know that I had torn 3 ligaments and a meniscus, but...
Yeah. You wanted to get back in and finish the game.
Yes,
too,
I did.
Which was so unnecessary with the level of sports we were playing.
Yes, I did. Well, I mean, if I don't... That was the only thing I had for a long time was my toughness. It's faded away into the distant memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're a PC baby.
I am a PC baby now. Not really. Well, unless they miss the extra point. Adam V has killed me with extra points. There you go. Were you chasing butterflies? Absolutely. Much like the movie Ladybugs, starring Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, 5-star movie.
Yes, and Jonathan Brandis, who unfortunately is not with us anymore.
Did you see the quote?
And the young Vanessa Shaw.
Pacino came out with a quote that he likes to star in really bad movies so he can make them mediocre.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Pacino's legend.
Eric, you've got a pretty good chance that the Colts won't score a touchdown in the next minute 49. I feel pretty good being on the under.
I have a feeling you just want to get the clock down. Nice play. I can believe that. Yeah. A favorite thing about that movie Ladybugs is like there's so many ridiculously inappropriate jokes for children, but that was what we watched when I was a kid. Oh, here we go. Nice first down, Colts. And they named the Asian...
oh, is he staying out there?
He is.
Oh, he's just mad that he fell? Just didn't look right.
It didn't look right.
And he was pointing at the defender like, you're lucky.
They named the Korean soccer player Chu. Like, really? Chu?
Oh.
Hey, grab it, man! You don't know!
That was an ugly, ugly drop by Naeem
Hines. Oh.
Mickey's going to give you a line from a movie and see if you can guess it.
I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff. I don't know if I will. Mickey's got a few years on me.
Is it from Woman on the Cheap Side?
Larry Legend's James Bond movie?
You should tell him that story.
I will. That's one of my favorite games. Well, it's a halftime story. 2nd and 10, just shy of midfield. Actually, not really. It's at the 37. 57 seconds left.
They're dinking and dunking down the field. I'm not sure what this Houston
Take a timeout.
Defense is doing.
You can't handle the truth?
The sad part is I don't even know what movie that's from.
Oh, it's Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise. What's her name? Demi Moore. I can't even remember the name. It's A Few Good Men, I'm pretty sure.
Is it Demi Moore or Demi?
I don't know. Bingo, I got it.
I'm the victim here. I just got attacked by a coked up whore and a crazy fucking dentist.
That sounds like a Rodney Dangerfield joke. I'm going to say that sounds so like a Rodney. That sounds like Easy Money. That's my guess.
That could be a line from Cold Hard Cash. Oh, Jason's got another one.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I don't know. I'm not sure which one. Hercules in New York?
Is that a movie?
This is Schwarzenegger's first movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. 12 Monkeys. Oh! Really? Oh, is it Bruce Willis or Brad Pitt? It says that.
Mickey, do you know the movie where Perry, the refrigerator, has his refrigerator stolen?
That actually is in a movie. Oh, man. He got hit hard there, Brissett. It was a pimp? Oh, okay. Terry Gilliam. I haven't seen that movie in like 15 years. Her having weird music, a weird score. Get me on that one. We'll show you. It's the greatest comedy ever made. I'll put a link in at halftime. 2nd and 10 at midfield. Ooh.
This Texans defense is just confusing. Like, they're worried that Brissett's going to be throwing 20, 30 yards down the field.
I don't know why. Yeah. They, like, want to give up a field goal.
That's what it seems like. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Just throwing layups up.
One of the best Christmas movies of all time.
I would agree. I like that they picked, whatchamacallit? I can't even remember his name now. Not Jeremy Irons. He plays the brother. Oh, Alan Rickman. What is that?
I'm not sure, but it's pretty awesome that someone signed into our YouTube channel and managed to make a comment.
Wow.
I'm so confused right now.
Who could that have been?
I don't know.
Yes! Yes!
Oh.
Tipped and caught by Ebron. Got me next, Miss
Makes
Spirit.
sense now.
No.
How many, do you want a Brooklyn-style pizza?
Yes.
How many should we get for the 3 of us?
3. I know who it is now.
Yeah.
Isn't she thoughtful? Wow, she knew how to get our attention. That was smart. Now, I was trying to eat healthy, and now I'm getting Brooklyn pizza. How lovely.
Yeah.
Wow. Looks like this could cash. Vinatieri still has to score, though. They kept the timeout? How?
They did have quite a bit of time to work with.
Go out of bounds, buddy. They're going to get a shot at the end zone, though. At least one.
It looks like they're going to take this down and take their time out.
Oh, they're just...
I'm just going to go with shoddy clockwork there and just pretend they took a timeout.
Yeah. So they didn't want to gamble on a shot to the end zone. I don't really blame them. I really don't. This is fine. I'm fine with what the Colts are doing.
How about this quote? Shitter's full.
All right. I don't trust Vinatieri to make this field goal. I really don't. I like how I'm saying that about Adam Vinatieri.
Brooklyn's Pizza is a style of pizza from Domino's.
There is a place called Brooklyn's Pizza where we live that's pretty good, too.
Yeah, I like Brooklyn's. And
I don't know what my favorite pizza around here is. Tough.
I'd have to go with that one. My favorite is Grimaldi's, and that's in Las Vegas
yeah.
and New York.
I like my family's pizza, to be honest. It's different, but I don't know. I just grew up on it.
It's different. It's up there, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah!
Vinatieri
Yeah!
hits the field goal. Eric wins. Yes, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Do we have Marcos? I don't believe so.
No, we don't.
Does Vinatieri have injury issues? I sure hope so. McAfee going to be happy tomorrow.
McAfee, yeah.
Why has he been all over Vinatieri?
Pat McAfee. I haven't listened to his thing very much. Here, Mickey, I'm going to post the greatest movie ever. It's free to watch on YouTube.
Zid says he remembers Martin Gramatica used to be good and then struggled later in his career due to injuries. Makes sense.
It would make sense. Martin Gramatica, yeah. Didn't he tear his ACL when he was celebrating a kick with the Cardinals, if I can remember correctly? All right, Mickey, I posted in the... that's me, the Cleveland Brown dog, obviously. Yeah, there's a link. It's called Windy City Heat. It's this really ridiculous movie. It's like The Truman Show, but it's like... this movie Windy City Heat. It's like the Truman Show, except it's a comedy, and like it's this guy that just thinks he's a big star, and he's not anything, obviously. But there's enough like celebrities around him that reinforce this false narrative that he's somebody, and he's so indignant and like, oh, I don't know. You'd have to watch the movie. It's hilarious. I just posted the link there. You guys are good luck for me. All the offense happened after I was booted from here. Yeah. Oh, he was with the Bucks, Mickey Hill? Oh, really? Adam's just old. Can't do it like he used to. Yeah, I'd see it. Yeah, it's a weird one. You're either gonna love it or hate it. That's kind of the reaction. I feel like you're probably gonna like it though. And there's a podcast, and me and Big Rye, we drop hints about it pretty much in every video because we have a really narrow view when it comes to comedy. We like Tim and Eric and stuff like that. And there's another show called $1 Million Extreme with Sam Hyde. We like that show. So sounds like my boss with his brown noses. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the Big Rise opened up his schedule a bit, so we're gonna have a lot more content out, hopefully. So, and our office is at his house, so there's gonna be a lot. There should be a lot more coming in the future, so we're kind of excited about that. Why do they have a truck in the middle of the halftime show now?
That's Fred Casica's.
Fred Casica, oh yeah.
I think that guy was just mentioning it. We'll be pushing more content out. I've quit my day job to focus on doing this a little bit more, which will be hopefully fruitful for all of us.
In theory, yes.
Yeah.
They never got to me about that barista position at Starbucks. Guess they don't want a sweaty fat guy shaking their drinks.
I was a barista for 3 months and I didn't know what any of the drinks were.
Were you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, was it Wired Monk?
Yeah. Like, listen, I got cold drip or I've got hot coffee. What would you like? Americanos. Can you imagine me working a...
You are so useless with that kind of stuff.
Sounds like my boss with his brown noses.
I was telling him about Perry.
Oh, yeah. The Perry stuff is so funny.
Perry is so funny. Yeah, I posted the link in there.
Eric said all the offense happened after he got booted out of our chat. That's
Big
funny.
Rista, yeah.
Big Rista.
Barista.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty funny. You've had a bunch of weird jobs, eh?
Oh, yeah. Remember I did all that work under that bridge?
$15 a man.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like every city has a Queensboro bridge.
I feel like it too. That's 3 summers I'll never get back. She's got a great ass. Didn't Martin Gramatica tear his ACL celebrating?
I brought that up.
Oh, sorry. I can't keep up with everything every
well, I mean, you got ears and stuff. This guy's got a big Raiders jacket on in the back, and another guy, and he's pointing. They must be in California. And this is a weird crew. There's a whole bunch of Raiders fans. It doesn't look like... That really doesn't look like...
$15 make you holla?
Yeah.
I knew I had to cut it off when Robert Kraft came in.
Yeah. I always found that funny. Like, you're a billionaire and you're going to a rub and tug in Florida for $100.
Hey, the market's the market.
Not really, man. What's his name? Cristiano Ronaldo has less money, and he at least... Oh, have you ever heard that? He has girlfriends and he has baby carriers. So he hires women to, like, based on, like, their genetic makeup, to have his children, and then they're gone. He's a G. Cristiano Ronaldo is hilarious. I like the Rays. My natural home team is the 49ers. Yeah. I got a little... Found this in the bucket of Big Rise hats. Found a few. Got a Texans one. Got a Lions one. Of course, the Raiders. It's a good start. 10-10's a good start. What price did you get the under at? 46.5?
46.
46 at what juice?
Minus 105.
That's not that bad. Oh, Terry Bradshaw. Here we go. He's going no hat, revealing his baldness. He just called Jason Garrett an average football coach. Terry Bradshaw. That's like a hot take, though, for that type of guy.
Yeah. They have had a pretty good record the last couple of years, but that roster has been pretty good.
Roster's been great.
The defense is better, though. The roster defensively is better than it's been in the recent past. That's my hot take.
Look at the soldiers flipping the guns and stuff. I don't know what that's called. I don't know. I respect the military. When's you guys' Memorial Day?
Same as ours, November 11th.
Is it? There's November 11th too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a national holiday in America?
Yeah.
Memorial Day?
Sure is.
So you get 3. You guys don't get that many color guard, yeah. You guys don't get that many holidays though, because you get Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Memorial Day. Is that it? Do you get and then New Year's Day, and that's kind of all at the same time. Do you guys even get New Year's Day? I don't know if they do. And 4th of July. Yeah. Americans get jagged. In Canada, we get one a month. There's something called Family Day in February that they just invented like a couple years ago.
I like it. President's Day, Labor Day.
Labor Day, yeah.
Columbus Day.
I don't think Columbus Day is a thing. I mean, it's a thing, obviously, but I mean...
Well, according to Zit.
Oh, is it? You think Columbus Day, they do it? Okay.
Look up U.S. national holidays.
Yeah, I'm curious. I feel like Americans work longer than Canadians do. Yes, Columbus Day, yeah. I feel like Americans probably work harder than Canadians too. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Your Memorial Day is May? Oh, okay. Holy, is this Christmas, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day? What?
Mother's Day is considered a holiday?
Easter? That's what it's... Oh, most commonly celebrated. Oh, not a list of... I want to see federal holidays. New Year's Day, birthday of Martin Luther King Jr. I didn't know that. Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day. Huh.
And Cinco de Mayo.
It's not a national holiday. Yeah, it doesn't say...
Cinco de Mayo is more celebrated in the U.S. than it is in Mexico. Did you know
that? It probably is. It probably is. Oh, those are the holidays for federal employees, are the ones I just listed. Huh.
Jason Finley's wondering about Fat Tuesday for Fat Guy.
I don't know. I've never been to New Orleans. I've been drunk lots of times. I can promise you that. It's an excuse for likely to get drunk on Mexican beer. Yeah, it sounds about right. My sister lives in California, and that seems to be... Oh, I got a good story. My sister's going to... Don't like this one. My sister is going to university in California, and my dad was looking at the visa bill.
You have to preface this by saying in Canada it's pretty uncommon.
Okay, in Canada there aren't any there aren't any liquor stores. Like you can't buy stuff at a supermarket. You can't buy booze. Like it's just not where we live at least. And my old man looks at the visa bill. He goes, "How do you spend $300 at Ralph's twice in 1 week?" And I'm trying to explain to him, I'm like, "Hey, oldie, you know you just paid for an entire sorority party, right?" Right? And then he was so mad, and then he's like, "I'm calling her right now," getting on the horn. It was funny.
You see what Mickey Hill's wife asked him?
My wife asked me what day is Cinco de Mayo. Well, I don't know. It is in Spanish.
Yeah, it is. Did you know that for Google Translate, you can take a picture of words and it'll translate the words?
Yeah. You can get on your phone.
That's insane.
I did it recently. I was trying to translate some Greek that I forget what I got, a card or something.
Yeah.
Oh, something my grandma wrote. I was trying to translate it, and it kind of worked. So it was pretty impressive.
It's crazy. I can't believe it.
That's technology, though. It's always going to get that way. Eventually, like, we'll just be speaking in, like, binary. We'll speak English or whatever language into it, and then we'll just spit out numbers.
They've got that where you can put it in your ear and it'll translate.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've always thought about doing it when I play poker. Because I took Mandarin lessons, but it's hard. So, sometimes I know they're colluding against me sometimes, but they're still bad, so it doesn't matter. Here we go. Kickoff here from Rigoberto Sanchez. It's going to be a touchback here. We're starting the game. How is your Greek? Absolutely atrocious. It's so bad. I had because I had a choice between soccer and Greek school. My dad wanted me to play soccer. So aside from a few phrases, it was gone. So, and my grandma's no longer with us, so anytime I got yelled at in Greek, it hasn't been for a while. So, play action. The coverage downfield has been fantastic. This has got to be a hold. Got to be a hold.
That was really good play action from Watson. I like what Mickey Hill said because last Monday with the game, or on Monday with the game being in Mexico, he put "Are you ready for some football?" in Spanish.
Did he? Yeah.
So he just said he did it in Google Translate.
Oh, that's so funny.
JD Wonderful Trucking, what up, fellas? Got your picks from you today.
Fantastic.
Nice.
I hope they're more fruitful than last weekend, but we can't promise anything. That's the nature of these types of things.
This is the second controversial catch for D-Hop.
What are the refs? The refs don't know? Come on. Fouls by both teams on the play. Hands to the face. Defense.
None of this will even matter.
I know I trust you guys. Yeah. I'm glad you do. Thank you.
And it's not even trusting us. It's just trusting the market.
Trust the process. Yeah.
If we're just telling people what the market's saying.
Yes.
Some weeks will be good. Some weeks will be bad. But overall, you're going to win more than you lose. What... JD Wonderful, are you using them to bet or are you using them for a competition?
You're going to snap 25-yard line, 1st and 10. They're redoing the down. Wow, this is quiet in the stadium. I got to give the Reliance Stadium fans some credit here. 93 got held really bad. Who's that? Sheared, but he busted that pocket. That was a nice job to bet.
Nice.
Fantastic.
The fuck the process. That's what's his name? Sam Hinney.
I think so. Yeah.
The
Did Jason say that?
Yeah.
Well, he's from Philly, so he could say that.
This is one of the 8 times of the year we get to see the Texans' #1 home field advantage come into play. It's Sam Hinkie, thank you.
I can't believe how quiet it is in this stadium. I got to be honest.
Didn't Mayfield demand that the Browns fans be quieter?
Yeah.
This is not going to be. Oh, wow. What separation. What a good job by Will
Unbelievable.
Fuller. I thought that was overthrown by a mile.
I did too. And he was like caught up too. That was crazy.
The defenders always talked about Beckham having like another gear, and that's what Fuller just looked like on that play. He just put on a whole nother gear. Once that defender had to turn his head around, he wasn't able to keep that speed with him.
He was in WRW Killer Dreads. Yeah, yeah. That's right, Jay. I love the bet you guys, me for this game. Sorry, can you retype that? I wasn't sure what you said.
Yeah, Fuller, when healthy, is a beast. Same with Kiki Cutie.
Second and 11 here. Can we get a stop, please? It's hard to believe how explosive Fuller is. Hyde way down there. Hyde on Desir. They're kind of taking one of their stronger corners out. Hard to say that Pierre Desir's a stronger corner, but he is on this team. Is it a flag? Flag? Yes. No flag. Okay, good. I got the Colts for this game. Excellent, JD. I mean, we still need a little bit of help, but I mean, I still think it's the right play overall, and it's still very likely in play. They're covering right now.
Well, 3.5 is such a nice line to have.
3.5. I always say that. That half point just makes all the difference.
Oh, totally. 3.5 is probably the most valuable line.
Yeah.
If you're going to take an
absolutely.
underdog, 2.5 for
when I take bar
favorites.
bets and I add half a point to 3, it's like Christmas for me. And when you lose and then they tell you, I told you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew. Great job. Great job by 30 to just hang on.
I'm surprised Akins was able to like gain yards and not take contact on like a bad boy hit here, right here.
Why is Moore running at that angle, man? Moore should have just crushed him in the back.
I think Moore was expecting him to get out, but it did not make any sense.
Well, they're going for it, and I think JD might have tipped it. He might be a little bit ahead of us.
4th and 3.
You should be going for it here. Oh,
it's actually good.
It's actually better that he dropped it. I don't know.
Great
this is
stuff.
Great job, Indy. I'll take it, man.
This is excellent. Good for a few different reasons.
Good for under, good for everything. Here we go.
Mickey said somebody made a great bull rush up the middle. I didn't see it.
I had noticed Sheard had been breaking through a little bit.
Well, that's kind of the big thing about this game is that you look at the Houston Texans from like a skill position group and quarterbacking. It's excellent. Like it's really
Is it
good.
even? It's hard to beat.
Right? The O-line is where.
Yeah, and they've done a job attempting to shore it up, but Laramie Tunsil's not playing if I'm correct. So
I'm not too sure.
I think
I don't remember
hurt.
seeing him in the inactives. But
yeah, well, I think he's been out.
If he's out, then he's.
And they're playing Titus Howard at.
JD Wonderful. We're from Vancouver, Canada.
We certainly are.
Any Tunsil news?
No.
What's going on, Item? How you doing tonight? I feel like the games this week are really tough to pick. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I actually texted one of my friends earlier today. I said I hate this week, and he agreed. So he's also he sports bets a lot. Let's put it that way. But yeah. If there's a non-running QB back there, Indy would have 5 sacks right now. I agree. Yeah, I think this is a tougher week. I really just do.
I don't know. I'm looking at this week. I feel good. I still feel like some of these lines are very wonky. Like people are just betting favorites this year like way too much. Way too much.
I don't think it's this year. I think it's in general. What do you guys think the most interesting line is? For me, it's Chicago.
That's the
New
one
York.
that I'm always. That's the only.
But does it
game
make
where
any
I'm like,
sense? Like, we all agree? Like, Chicago isn't 6 points better than New York. We're agreeing on that. I'm assuming. I mean, obviously, someone can make an argument, but
Jake's saying Detroit, Washington was the toughest for him.
yeah, I can understand that. I obviously I'm going to side with the shitty, unproven team, but I don't know why Laramie Tunsil's not coming up here. I'm going to go to Roto World.
I think Seattle, Philly getting bet down, even though a majority. We were talking about market stuff earlier, and someone brought up that Seattle, that line started at what, 2.5, and it's gone down to 1. I'm for such a steam move for Seattle, but all the public is still on Seattle. That's a tough one.
Tunsil is playing.
Well, that's a nice boost.
Yeah.
I forgot that they made that trade at the start of the year.
And Titus Howard. I just thought I saw Titus Howard at left tackle. Colts say we're running up the middle. Stop it. My favorite style is when you can literally point and tell the other team what you're doing, and they can't do anything about it. This is football 101. That is just fantastic, man. We'll control the clock. We'll keep our offense on the field. We'll keep your defense on the field. We'll be fresh on defense. You'll be tired on defense. It's the converse to
the coaching is so much better.
Yeah,
it really is so much better.
You get better as the game goes along, and isn't that what you want, anyways?
They're doing what should be the easiest to stop is those runs up the middle. But if you can run it up the middle, pick up 5 yards a gain. It's such a huge advantage. So even that wasn't a successful run. It was a 2-3 yard, pretty much what you expect. But now they're in 3rd and 2 instead of being in 3rd
so
and 8.
easy. And the other thing too, you can make it 4th and 2 or 4th and 1, 4th and a half. Doesn't matter.
And
it would be normal if it was an inflated line where the public picked the Browns. Yeah, that's another weird game.
Yeah.
I don't care who's sorry. This maybe some of our biases. I can't lay 11 with the Browns. I just can't. I can't do it.
No, it's too many points.
It's too many points, man.
And if this is Miami at the start of the year, yeah, this line makes sense. But how they've played over the last couple of weeks, like they've become respectable now. And an easy first down completion. Another soft zone from Houston. Like I don't get what they're doing.
Yeah,
here.
on defense
they're
right now.
They're giving Brissett anything he wants underneath.
He had Williams out on the flat too. That would have been a guarantee almost.
It's like they're lining up 10 yards back and just trying to make the tackle.
And the other thing too, they don't understand. Indy doesn't want to. Indy's on another 3-minute drive here.
Zivono's heard that 14 is about right for the best team versus the worst team.
I would agree. I'd say 14.5 maybe, but that's like. Those are like cherry pick situations. Cleveland is clearly not that good, and that is so obvious. I couldn't agree more. To a guy who wore a Cleveland Browns jacket, hat, and T-shirt. I mean, we bet numbers here. You know, at least the guys at the top of the list in our contest too. I know that much.
Well, for the line's at 11, so let's go up 11 points. Let's go down 11 points. Like for Miami to win is the same chance as Cleveland winning by 20. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
So if
Cleveland
Miami,
by 22, 21.
if Miami wins, it's going to be, Cleveland sucks. And if Cleveland wins by 20, it's going to be, Miami sucks.
But it's just a reaction. What a run! Nyheim Hines is like carving it up in those spots, even though he's lightweight. But when the hole's that big, you can be lightweight.
This is why he's effective, is that he's getting to come in and play on whatever it is, the 40th snap of the game. And this defense has been on the field, hasn't been able to make substitutions or rest.
And they're getting pounded by the best O-line in football.
Look at that. They just had a guy running off the field. He makes the tackle, surprisingly. That was one of the crazier plays you've seen of the year.
This is...
From a coaching standpoint.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm blown away. There's another movie. I think that's Brian De Palma. I think so. Anyways, I'm blown away. I love the Colts. This is what I want to watch. This. I know it looks boring, but look at the time of possession. That's how you do it. This is how you do it. Even though the Colts could lose by Texans could get 30 in a row, I'm gonna have the same feeling. And I'm almost like overreacting. I like them. Them and the Raiders, how they've played this year. Great play. Only thing I didn't like was he went out of bounds. Clearly a 5-star game. I would agree. Hard to believe they lost to the Dolphins. Yeah, but also too, don't forget this strategy is this strategy is gonna make you more susceptible to losses. You know what I mean? Like it is. Like you're gonna win tight and you're gonna lose tight. It just is what it is.
Come here.
I got it.
You won't be on.
I got it. Thank you.
Thanks.
We got a pizza delivery.
It's been a pizza full streams lately.
A lot of pizza streams. I should eat with my mic off, though. I got to be honest. I'm going to let this cool out a little bit.
Oh, you're fine. Just throw your mic back a little bit. People can still hear you. Sam almost exclusively checks in. Thank you.
5 stars.
You can't see outside of the green screen, so you're good. Here, take this one too. I don't have enough room here.
La pizza. Well, you don't want it to be too hot. You're gonna burn your top of your mouth, buddy. I'm into this game, man. This is great. Oh, we will, Mike. Don't worry. $14 for 19, 111 yards in a rush TD. That's fantastic. Doesn't need to be more. Floor pizza is the best pizza. We had a friend that ate pizza out of a sewer drain once. He was very drunk. Oh, big hit, and he comes off of it.
This is a touchdown.
What a play! Yeah! Yes! Yes! No, that's never going to happen, Mickey. I got to be honest. Hey guys, I'm watching for a few weeks now. Love the show and firmly contrarian style, fat guy. Clearly 5-star for entertainment purposes.
Thank you, Marcus. Much appreciated.
Maybe get steak and cheese next time? Maybe. Thank you, Marcus. We really appreciate it.
We don't have that good steak and cheese here, though.
Yeah. Look at this. This is some serious running, man. I got to give credit now. My favorite GM was also the Colts GM. I'm just really waxing the pole on the Colts. But,
if you say
look at their tough running backs.
You say anything else nice, you're gonna owe me $15.
Yeah, I know. The what was I gonna say? The Colts tough running backs, like Mack is what, a 6th, 7th round pick, Marlon Mack.
I can't remember.
Violent physical runner. Williams is just starting his first game.
He's been very impressive. He put up really good numbers at the end of last week. This is
Jordan Wilkins is okay.
Impressive.
He's okay.
He's okay.
I just said that he's okay. I'm fine with him.
We were down on Nyheim Hines. We're down on a lot of receiving backs when they come into the league, and then they usually turn into
it's because they
good players.
They get a lot of a lot of time. Like they're given a lot of time to flourish in a lot of these teams. Hines is being used properly though.
You got to kind of give them the same way you give like a.
That was the ugliest pat I've seen. Why are people riding the Niners as world beaters? The Packers should handle them easily, though. Thoughts? There's no easy one way or another. I mean, they're on the road. I still think that San Francisco is favored.
They're both good teams. Home field advantage is about 3, and that's pretty much what the line's at. So that one's a pretty even game. It's hard to say either way.
Yeah. Big Rocky at 80 yards behind that line. Yeah, I think so. Mickey,
Yeah,
I got to be real here.
I would be very Le'Veon Bell, just going behind that left guard, Quentin Nelson, and taking my sweet-ass time.
Yeah. So we took San Francisco, the gambler. But, I mean, I don't love that game. I got to be honest. I don't love it.
That game's a no-bet for us.
It'll be good to watch, though. That one will actually be a 5-star game. Yeah, I agree.
Green Bay's D is starting to leak, according to Mickey Hill. JD Wonderful said, San Fran is my team. It's a good year to be a San Francisco fan. And Jason said, this is a 5-star game for entertainment purposes.
Got to be honest, though. I don't think the 49ers have really done anything differently. Like, it just happened to work out for him, I would say.
Well, it's kind of like with Kansas City when they got Andy Reid. Like, they just had... Eventually, you reach a tipping point with you have enough talent where it's just going to make a difference.
Or it isn't. Like, it's going to crash or burn, kind of.
Yeah. But especially, like, where's all that draft capital gone in San Francisco? And free agent signings and stuff.
Where it should be. Offensive and defensive line.
So is it that surprising? Jimmy Garoppolo's healthy this year. They didn't have him last year. It's a pretty big difference. Like, what was it? Is it Mullins who played last year?
CJ Beathard.
Yeah, like, those guys had respectable seasons, especially Mullins. But, like, Garoppolo's just... There's a reason why they paid him all that money to come play. And he's been better this year.
Yeah.
Or he's played well as a starter anytime he's played. Like... He's got
the last 2. He only played 2 games last season. It wasn't that great.
What's his record?
Crazy. He's probably the winningest record. He's like 14-2, dude.
Yeah.
14-3.
But that defense is really good. Sherman's played better.
I always eat the crust. There's calories in it, bro.
I had an entering question from a person from Taiwan.
Interesting question.
Yeah. They were talking about the etiquette to using sauces with pizza. Like how common, uncommon, what would you use? She went to order a pizza and they asked her what sauces she wanted and she was like, what are you supposed to say when you don't know?
No, thank you. Oh, we got a bomb here. He didn't catch that, did he? Wow!
Is that Fuller again?
He's a 4-3 guy, man.
That was an excellent throw from Watson, too. Like, an excellent throw. Because he put that where Fuller could catch it.
That's unbelievable.
And Moore had no chance. Corner blitz. This is going to work out nicely. What a call.
Good points. At what point does injuries, mistakes catch up? Aaron Rodgers 8-2 off the bye. I'm a Niner fan. Let's see up between this spot. I'm betting 5 figures on the Pack on Sunday. Woo! That's a big bet. Big bet.
Holy smokes.
We don't how can I put this? We don't romanticize one bet or not. It's I don't like getting too hung up on one bet or another. I just like doing the long approach, do a big blanket as many games, right? Think of the volume rather than keeping the sample small. Big sack here. So like 8-2, think about it. That's only a 10-game sample, right? And is that wins and losses? Or is that ATS, which is another thing too, right? So I'm just saying I don't love that game too much. Best of luck to you on the pack then. I mean, I'm rooting for you now. So I'd rather you make a 5-figure profit than us get an extra game in the contest. Although it is a little bit, hurts to say that, but yeah, if you are betting that much, then I hope they're able to do it. But just for me, it doesn't stick out as one of the better games of the week. That's for sure. So, point in case, since I've been doing picks of the week, I'm 2-3 now. You know, it's gonna be another 4th down here for the Texans, despite another same scenario as the last time. They got a huge bomb to Fuller and weren't able to do anything with it.
And I'm guessing they're bringing the field goal team out for this.
Fairbairn's one of the better kickers in the league. That's the other funny part. Top 5, I would say.
Care Bear with the field goal.
This is pretty good for the Colts right now after that miss. It depends. In this case, I am folding the ZA. Yeah, it's because it's kind of floppy. It's thinner crust. I was gonna say 7.5 because these are bigger ones. If these were standard size, I'd say over 11.5. I'm probably gonna slow down and watch the rest of the game though. Gotta do the lady friend message. Hold on.
Randy Barak, come on, let's have another 6-minute drive here. JD Wonderful, what happened to the beer with the pizza? You want a cold brew?
I'm good.
The
I haven't had a drink in a while.
19-play 9-minute drive is what Mickey's calling for. How many slices in this pie? It's only
8.
It's only 6.
Oh, is it 6?
So is the over-under of 8 slices for Fat Guy fair? That's about right.
Yeah. I said it's this one's probably 7.5. Because I'd have to eat 2 of yours.
Yep.
He didn't know that though. 19 play 9-minute drive, that'd be great.
Jason wants to see the Fat Guy drunk.
I was drunk on here that. Not really drunk, but like.
You were drunk for it was either the conference final or the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl final, I was wasted. No, it was Jacksonville, New England. I was wasted. That was the last time I was really drunk, I'm gonna say.
For the stream?
No, ever. Like I've been drunk, but not.
You were drunk for the one video.
But it wasn't like crazy drunk though.
No. Mickey Hill wants to see you drunk too. Sam wants to see me get fat.
You don't have to see. You have to see. All you have to do is all you have to do is lift his gut right now. It's been horrible.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 here. Oh, I don't like that they're passing. Well, that'll still work. 3rd and short. No, I don't want it, Jason. I don't want to fire that up. I got to go to a party on Saturday. I'm already worried about it.
I've never heard of Bob Menery.
Oh, I got to look this up. Oh, well, they have Jordan Belfort on the first one I just saw. This looks great. I'm going to leave it up here. Yes! Oh, drop by TY. Oh, that sucks.
That corner got his hand on it, so it was a really excellent pass defense by that corner. Big fat Ryan, the big fat guy. TY got that KY. Got them slippery fingers like a woman's prison.
Jeez. TY got KY. That's pretty good. That's unfortunate. That catch would have helped the win probability a little bit. TY was eating pizza. He's got the same grease I do.
Yeah.
The internet's working now.
Yeah, this is a lot better. Item with a good question for you, fat guy.
So, are your bets meant to be memes, or are they literally your favorite picks? It's a bit.
There's a reason why he makes those picks.
Okay, he's kind of noticed. Like, some of them are, like, when I can't find a controversial one. Like, I do like the Rams a little bit more than the rest. There really was no pick of the week this one, but I mean, like, I knew it would be good for the show. Like, I knew Dylan Toddfield would lose his mind, right? Like, and then it's kind of good for the show, right? Because you guys know me, I don't really put stock in one game, right? Like, I really did like Cincinnati the best last week. But that's because I couldn't think of I couldn't find a contrarian pick that would cause enough controversy, so I just defaulted to my favorite one. The Rams pick is really just to stir the Dylan Toddfield pot, and I got what I asked for. He said that if the Rams cover against the Ravens, that he would have sex with a woman as opposed to a man, which he's accustomed to, and release the video on Pornhub. If that's not amazing, then I don't know what is. It's just good for the show. He gets the most airtime of anybody, but let's be honest, he earns it. I mean, do we agree with him on anything? No, but that's not the point, though. We have good banter. It's positive. He insults us. It just rinse, repeat, and it works well. The jokes are funny. I mean, what are we going to do, right?
Fat guy, you said we disagree with Dylan on everything, but that's not true. Because I love earrings on men.
Oh, yeah. I don't like anything cosmetic on a man. I think men are ugly, detestable vehicles. He's our heel. Exactly, Mickey. Exactly. And we love him. We love him for it.
I'm going a step further, Mickey, and saying he's our hero.
Is he Ric Flair? Is Dylan Toddfield Ric Flair?
He's like Scott Hall. you know, the drunk.
Scott, no.
he's
Scott
the
Hall's
drunk-
like tough and cool.
He's the
Ric
drunk.
Flair.
He's the drunk guy who stumbles in and never wins anything.
Oh no. You gotta give him more prestige than that. Ric Flair's like the nature boy. He's like dirty and he's gonna punch you in the dick. Scott Hall's like a big beefy guy, right?
Mickey Hill's more like Ric Flair.
I don't know. He's part of the Wolf Pack. I don't know if I can give that to him.
So you're saying Dylan's a lone wolf?
I don't know. Lone.
Dylan
I
Clark
was gonna call him a bear, but
Dylan Clark fell asleep at halftime. Catch him up on the third quarter.
the hero we need but don't deserve. That's so funny.
So what happened in the third quarter?
Titus Howard's playing right tackle. There you go. That makes the most sense.
What happened in the third quarter?
Texans did get the field goal. I thought they missed. 17-13 Colts. So Colts got a really nice touchdown. It was a great run by Jonathan Williams.
A nice drive for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Took off a lot of time.
I thought the Rams would be a lot better this year. Goff been struggling a bit. Yeah, they've had some tough games, though. Don't forget, the way the NFL scheduling works is if you're a first-place team, you play other first-place teams. It really just, to stay at the top, it gets harder.
As well as coaching. Like, the Rams were taking advantage of a certain coaching style, and teams have combated against that strategy-wise, and they're just having a tough time getting around that without the same personnel on the field. So it's partly coaching, partly health. But all it together, it's the Rams need to figure out how to be a little bit better.
Unless you're the Patriots. Oh, yes, they're the. But me and Big Rod are watching a highlight of bad plays, like misplays in the NFL and we just realized that, like, those are all things, like they were all like procedural gaffes and stuff, like not knowing that you fumbled the ball, that type of thing. And we just realized, like, man, the Patriots don't do any of that. Like, you're never going to see a Patriot in this video. And, like, that procedure, knowing procedure alone in game theory, I mean, I think that's already enough to elevate you. Because they don't make those types of mistakes. It's just so rare, right? Rams suffering from the dreaded Super Bowl loss hangover. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much theory or stock there is in that, but, I mean, I still believe in the Rams. I kind of like them. I got a boner for them.
The other thing, too, about the Patriots is they kind of got a Swiss Army knife as far as coaching goes. They can do so many different things that a lot of other teams.
Oh, the versatility of their roster. They're never strong in one area, but they can pick apart your weakness.
You know, certain teams might have 2 or 3 different game plans that they can kind of plan for or be prepared to do. The Patriots have like 10 or 12. So they just have so many more tools in their toolbox when it comes to attacking teams.
Patriots been struggling too. I don't know if I can give them that necessarily because the wins have been there, but it's
that defense has been historically good.
The defense has been good. The offense, they know their offense isn't as good, but I mean,
they don't need to.
They haven't needed to. They really haven't.
And they're gonna figure it out by the end of the season, which will be.
Dude, guys, I'm just giving you a heads up. I expect you to laugh and don't feel bad if I crack my head open. But this chair is going to give at some point, and I'm going to flip over, and something horrible will happen in this room. Please laugh because it needs to be laughed at. I'm calling my shot right now.
Garrett's going to F that spread up.
Yeah, he probably will. He probably will. I don't love it, but I can't bet on the Pats. 6.5? No way. I don't love it, though.
How much do you have to be losing by where it becomes unacceptable to clap after every play?
I don't think you should be clapping at all.
How often do you clap at work?
I work 9 hours a week, but never.
Just curious.
I'll clap during if I work on a Thursday and the game's on and I won, maybe.
DeAndre Hopkins, they just showed his wife or mom or sister in the stands or daughter, I don't know. And she was eating and she gave it the orgasm face after.
His mom is blind.
Oh. Oh.
What about the Ravens? I think Lamar Jackson would be this good. Oh, of course, none of us did, but Ravens have, what a run by Carlos Hyde. Coaching on the Ravens has been just amazingly good. It just is. It's another thing. They have a special teams coach. John Harbaugh is a special teams coach. He gets his guys ready. He has good coordinators. It's just fantastic. Oh, Williams.
From
Walker,
a fantasy points perspective, I kind of expected this from Lamar Jackson, but not winning and losing games is a whole different thing. We didn't expect him to be winning games at this pace.
That's a hilarious comment, by the way.
Who's John Holmes?
He's a porn star from the 70s. Boogie Nights is based on him pretty much. He died of AIDS, though, because he prostituted himself out to support his drug habit. I know a lot about John Holmes. That's a great comment. Oh, and he's part of the Wonderland murders. This drug dealer, Eddie Nash, got ripped off, so then he went to the house and he killed all the people in it, and John Holmes witnessed it. Another interesting story.
Talk about a heavy night.
Yeah, he also had a 10-inch penis. Or 11-inch, something like that. Nice hit! And he hurts himself.
He was a real Rasputin.
He was. He was less of a Svengali than Rasputin was, though. See that movie, Fat Guy? Oh, yeah, I've seen Wonderland. I've seen Boogie Nights lots of times. Yeah, I've seen Wonderland, yeah. I've read about it, too, and I've watched a documentary. I get obsessed with that kind of stuff. Jean-Benet Ramsey stuff, oh, my goodness. I was house-sitting for Big Rye's parents for a few weeks, twice, and all I did was read about the Jean-Benet Ramsey case. It actually made me insane. So, once I start reading on a subject, I'm dead to the world. It's horrible. Thank God I did that for gambling for many years.
That is true.
My bookshelf is pretty interesting, I would say. But wouldn't everyone think their own bookshelf is?
Not mine.
Oh. See if we can get a stop here, Texans, or at least hold them to a field goal. Oh, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. You know what I gotta say? It makes me feel a little bit better. All of the Texans' plays are like high variance, high risk plays. Like, think about it. They're like, that's a low percentage play. How do you not double team him? I don't know either.
I want to know how D-Hop beat you with speed.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. Like, you got problems if DeAndre Hopkins is beating you with speed over the top. Fuller and Stills, I can get it, but...
Extra points, good from Fairburn. Puts the Texans up 20-17.
If we can get a 7-minute drive with a touchdown, that would kind of ice it for the cover.
Yeah, Mickey's wondering how you don't double team him, but you know what's interesting about that is if you are going to give up a part of the field, it's deep to D-Hop, and
that's a good point.
Just got beat straight up, so there's not much you can do. And Jason kind of brings it up. It's tough with Fuller and Stills are two of the fastest receivers in the game. But Indy's played so good, and it's just been a couple plays that have really blown
high variance plays too,
which is what you expect from Watson.
I still think the Colts will cover. Yeah, me too, and they're currently covering too.
Oh, Mickey thought it was Fuller.
Oh, okay, hey, yeah.
With the separation that he had, it looked like Fuller.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, anytime you try to pick a player by his dreads, it's not going to go that easy, Mickey.
What's the best pizza chaining? What's that?
Jason's confident in the over.
Yeah, he kind of should be now. His over at least 41. What's the best pizza chain in Canada? Well, okay, there's this really weird thing. Right where we live, there's a pizza place. There's two of them called Emilio Finati. And they have the pizza championships in Las Vegas. And I think it's won best in North America twice. Now, it's not big rye style. It's thin crust, and it's kind of artisan style pizza. It's very expensive, but I would say that it's up there for me. But as far as big chains, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're big fans of any of them, really.
There's Pizza Hut. There's Panago.
Yeah.
There's Domino's.
They don't have Panago.
They're all kind of the same.
They're all kind of the same, yeah. Well, Panago's probably... I don't even know. They're all the same. I'm not a big fan of either of them.
They really are all the
same. Like, this is fine. I'm fine with Domino's, but it's not like, you know...
This is my favorite one to get, but this is just one pizza, so... To say that Domino's is the best because of this one pizza, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah. Let's get a Colts win here. Do a 9-minute drive. 5-star entertainment. 7 points. Look at those gloves, man. I feel like they're just engineered for that. Well, obviously they are. But I mean, they just, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a little bit of stick on that.
Yeah. That's why it's more confusing when guys do make drops.
Yeah, I know. I need under 46.5. Let's hit the middle then. Let's hit the middle. 44. It's a good number. Man, Williams is running hot. That's a headshot, by the way.
Rambling Wreck looking good. Sam needs over 45.5. We can middle the books. And I've got 46, so that would be a push. I've got 46 under.
We can do 46. That'll work. Rambling Wreck looking good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a total headshot. I said that. Williams is fine, too. Well, no, it should have been a flag then. And NC State just scores.
You're still sitting pretty there in that game, Mickey.
Well, what's the game? What's the spread?
I think he said he has it at Georgia Tech is
-2
point favorites, 2-point favorites, and they're up 15 according to this, but
it's not bad.
Maybe it's 8 or 7 now.
Georgia Tech, aren't they the Yellow Jackets? Nice.
This O-line getting it done.
It says 8 now.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's 28-20.
Hurry up again. Fantastic Colts.
JD Wonderful, I do college football bets based off market stuff, but it's pretty new, so I'm not going to be giving too much advice early on, but I think I'm going to start opening up people to looking at betting markets and understanding who's on what side.
The goal is to make this a year-round channel, so him and I have to do some rigorous study, though, to make it as viable as NFL football has been.
Yeah, we've put in 10 years on NFL football. We've dipped into all the other sports, but to get it to where we're happy, it's going to take us some time.
It's officially Yellow Jackets. Oh, that's what you meant by Rambling Wreck. I
okay.
thought you meant by something else. It's a Rambling Wreck. Okay,
I thought you were talking about Jonathan Williams, to be honest.
That's what I thought too.
But that's because we're a couple dumb Canadians.
Yeah, hey, you're a hoser, Big Rye.
Yeah.
You're a hoser.
I am, eh?
Hey, you got any Pilsner there, eh? Old style?
That's dead ass, bro.
Oh, why? Why? Oh, 2 drops from Hilton.
That was a good play by Jonathan Joseph.
Oh. See what I mean? Hilton makes those 2 plays. It really helps.
Well, Joseph like punches this ball out.
I don't know, man. Yeah, he did. Yep.
He might not have got the ball, but he was definitely like getting the elbow, back of the arm.
Hey, I don't see why we can't get a stop here.
TY's smaller, so he's not as strong to make those types of catches. He relies more on creating a separation on the ground.
He's not even a great athlete, T.Y. Hilton, as far as receivers go.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Neither is Hopkins. Julian Edelman. Those aren't great athletes. Edelman's tougher than everyone, though. I'll give him that.
Hilton's got a lot more like speed and quickness than at least Hopkins. He's got more speed than Edelman.
Yeah. It's not amazing, though. Edelman's my favorite out of all of them, though.
Pull up TY's 40. I'm interested to see what he ran.
I bet you it's like a 4.55. I mean, my guess.
4.55.
Yeah. Unless he's like a 4.4 and I'm totally off. He ran a 4.34. Holy, I take everything back. I didn't know he was that fast. I don't remember him taking over the top. What?
That's like all he did at the start of his career.
I know, but I don't remember that.
Oof.
He's that fast? 4.34? Woo! That is fast, man. That's faster than Will Fuller, man.
Yeah, he's good.
Man, boy, do I have egg on my face. 4.32 from Will Fuller. Holy jeez.
That's
What about Kenny
pretty
Stills?
impressive.
Kenny Stills, 4.4.
I'm going to say 4.37.
4.38 and you have 4.32. Holy man, are those guys fast.
That's 5-star speed for Jason.
You know what's funny? Like, imagine like the fastest guy you know running against those guys. Like, how bad you would get burned. Fuller did go to Notre Dame.
Watching Mayhem lick Tina Fey's face in that commercial. You like that? There's a like insurance commercial where the guy's playing a dog and the dog's like licking Tina Fey's face, trying to distract her.
Tina Fey, she's Greek too. There you go. Got another one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Faye doesn't really seem like a Greek name. Is that a married name or is that her?
I think she's Greek on her mom's side. It's kind of like Kelly Clarkson and Tiffany Amber Thiessen. They just like, oh yeah, they got one relative. We add her to the list. Yeah.
I think that's how it goes for a lot of people nowadays.
Yeah.
At least in Canada and the U.S.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Greek on Greek crime.
There's like so few of us, man. There's a lot in this city. In Toronto, there's 200,000, which I can't believe. It's bizarre. 2nd and 1 here.
The seed is strong.
Yeah. It's be a first down for Hyde for sure here. Jonathan Joseph's so old too. Shouldn't you be able to beat him over the top?
You think so? That's why you kind of wonder about Ty's health and
Yeah,
the
I think
throw
that's
from
fair.
Brissett. Like it's.
How old is Jonathan Joseph? I'm gonna say 33.
You're probably spot on there. Maybe 35.
He's 35. Wow.
He's up there.
Colts do need to stop. Holy, that's...
There's a Google commercial where they're showing that you can pause the screen by putting your hand in front of it, and it's like an inner voice of like a young cool mom, but she's watching a football game, like at home, like just casually.
So that's never happened, in other words?
Just, I don't think it's the most common.
I don't think it's ever happened, but go on.
So who's that really? Is that meant for? Is it meant for young women or is it meant for men?
No, it's for
watching?
everyone. Everything's an amorphous. There's no genders. There's no age limits. There's no groups. That's what it is, man.
What did you think about Macho Man?
Macho Man Tranny Savage?
Yeah, taking home first place.
First place in the Strong Woman Awards.
Yeah.
Hey, strongest lady in the state, man. That's what you got to have. You're allowed to. You guys going to the Super Bowl. It's tough, man. It really is tough. I don't know why I say that. I don't know why I really like there's a percentage of everything. I'll just say like my gut was Minnesota. I don't know why. I really like how Minnesota's built, but there's cracks in that foundation. I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs. Like it's just kind of a crapshoot to me at this moment. I would say New England is the best chance of making the Super Bowl, unfortunately. Best commercial is that one with the little kid as Darth trying to start a car. That is a great commercial. I love that commercial. So
I don't know that one.
It's they do remote like
the remote key access.
Remote key access, and then it makes the kid think he is. It's a cute thing. I don't ever use that word cute. Such a Scrooge.
I've used it a few times, but that's only to describe Bears quarterbacks.
Chase, yeah, or Bears in general. I had to write all my nephew's Christmas cards today.
Let me know if you need a hand.
Pat's Niners. No, I know a bald guy who can write a children's novel. That looked like an offside to me. Oh. I like how they're tackling at the ball, though. I got to be honest. Moist is the worst word. Yes, that's actually scientifically proven. There's some stat, and they say that that's the worst word. Like, it makes me feel most uncomfortable. There's a band name Moist.
Interesting.
What a good experience. I would agree. Carlos. Justin Houston is a badass. I wish he was healthy, man. Like, he's healthy now, but his body's worn down. I know it has. That one season for the Chiefs was just ridiculous. What did he get, 20? Tied for or one short of the sack record?
It was something
It
very
was
impressive.
ridiculous, though. He was busting everybody. Need a turnover. It would be nice. Turnover would be nice. It's not essential, but it'd be nice. Oh! Why can't we get one of those go our way, man?
That was really good recognition by that linebacker. Because he undercut that route. Just couldn't make the catch.
Okariki. That's a fun name to say, like Guy Hebert. 3rd and 6 from the 40-yard line. 8 seconds on the game
There's a
clock.
linebacker, running back matchup at the bottom of the field.
It's Leonard, though. I could trust him.
Well, they throw it up in that direction, but I don't think he really could decide who he wanted that ball to go to.
We're going to get 4th and 6. We're going to get the ball back, Colts. Wouldn't this be poetic? Colts, 7.5-minute drive. Their 7-minute drive. They'll leave 30 seconds on it. They get a touchdown.
That would be nice.
In the Pantheon, on the Mount, here's a question. Is Bill O'Brien on the Mount Rushmore of ass chins?
Because he can blow his nose and wipe his ass at the same time.
Same time, yeah. That old one.
Oh!
Man, we're so close, Colts. Oh. Or is his more, yeah, he is, yeah. But it's almost like gross, though. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like you could fit a dime in there.
Yeah, it's between him and Ted Danson.
Does Ted Danson have an ass chin?
I don't know, but when I think of ass chins, I think of Ted Danson.
Nicky Hill, definitely. Oh, my favorite. Jim Brown. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
This is supposed to be pretty interesting.
Dude, the guy's so tough, man. Quagmire, yeah. I want to see the guy Quagmire's character is based on visually.
Giggity.
Yeah, I was never a Family Guy fan. I don't know why. Probably because it was popular. That's probably why I didn't like it.
It's just a tiny bit stupid.
Yeah. Jim Carrey, Me, Myself, and Irene. I haven't seen that movie in 17 years, 16 years. Jim Carrey seems like he went a little bit nuts lately, to be honest.
Oh, Sandra Bullock, Travolta. Who's Vigo?
Well, Vigo might be the guy from Ghostbusters or Viggo Mortensen.
Eminem's got a good one.
Oh, he had a chin job? Oh, okay. Oh, no! That's good. Good job.
I like the hustle there from Doyle.
Get back to the ball.
Yeah. I like how that's all you need to be Superman is a butt chin.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He just showed Me, Myself, and Irene. That's it.
It's one hell of an ass chin. Cowell's got a good
Simon Cowell,
one.
Jude Law.
This dude.
It's your eye favorite. All right, here we go. So he had a chin job to get an ass chin. That's funny. 3rd and 8. It feels like a Farrelly Brothers movie. It must be. Ooh, that seemed like a weird snap. Can we get it? Yes, Ebron. Right on. First down, Colts. How is he open? I don't like this Texans defense right now.
Jason wants more butt chin banter.
We need more of this banter. Yes. Mount Rushmore of ass chins. Well, look at this. This chat always devolves. Mind you, it was my idea, so who the hell am I? What the hell am I talking about? Whoa, flag on Joseph. He pulled a guy from the pile. You can't do that. Come on, man.
You know what's been nice about this game? Not a lot of flags.
Not a lot of flags, yeah.
I know you're complaining for one, but this has been a refreshing...
Yeah, it has been. Well, I just want one because I want the Colts to win.
Jason, I've heard of a short bus, but have you ever heard of a short helicopter? Becca, who's the best coaches in the NFL?
Ooh, who's
Specifically the Mount Rushmore. Who's your top 4?
Currently or past?
Current.
Current, okay.
It might be the 4 teams they're showing on the screen right now. I'm not
Belichick.
gonna put Matt LaFleur up there.
Not putting Matt LaFleur. Belichick and Harbaugh are my tier A for sure. That's John Harbaugh.
Sean Payton, Andy Reid.
Andy Reid for sure. I don't know who I'm giving the 4th spot here. It's between Sean Payton. Actually, Doug Peterson is up there, oddly enough. Ooh, this is tough. Sean McDermott is up there, believe it or not. And Pete Carroll are up there. Ooh, those are tough.
Frank Reich.
Oh, there you go. Frank Reich's taking my 4th spot. That's it. That's my 4.
Bills, Patriots, Ravens, Colts.
Yeah, so it's Reid, Belichick, Reich, and I can't remember the other one I said right away. Lost my mind.
Mine's Jason Garrett, Matt Patricia.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoever's coaching the Redskins. And
Bill, don't call me Randy Callahan. We really like Shanahan, but we like him more as a coordinator. Head coach has been uneven, I would say. So he's getting the results because of how well they've drafted, I would say. He's a great coordinator, though. He's one of the best.
Kyle Shanahan.
I can't go with Reid. I know Mickey, I know you can make a case for the time management thing. I don't know why they don't get, as Adam Carolla says, a kid with a Madden controller to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Kyle Shanahan's offenses are so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
like
they are.
The work that he does with the offensive linemen, the running backs, and then the time he's able to give quarterbacks to make plays down the field is spectacular. I really love watching Shanahan coached offenses. Reed chops a lot of wood.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan looks like he's a single dad that's just tired of it.
Even Tomlin's in that list, and Gruden, believe it or not. Those are all ones that I would put up there.
Gruden gets respect around California.
Yeah, he should. He really should. Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
three
go.
of those coaches are pretty good in California.
Harbaugh and Belichick are my group A, though, that's for sure. And then I'll probably go Reid, Reich.
There are 4 teams in California right now. There's 2 teams in LA. There's San Fran and Oakland.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teams.
Well, it was always 3 anyways. Yeah, we got a dreaded 3rd and long here. Tomlin does a great job every year. I feel like he's almost as good. Like those guys will get jobs forever. Like I just feel the gap between those guys and like Pat Shurmur, even Matt. I never liked Matt Nagy despite winning Coach of the Year last year. I didn't think he was good. I don't know if Cliff Kingsbury is going to be any good. Even like I'm not an Anthony Lynn guy. Matt Patricia, no way. All right, let's see what they're due here.
Mickey Hill's calling for a punt. They still have all 3 timeouts. They're only down 3.
That's a great job by 39 to Sean Gibson, former Brown.
Let's we're gonna stop looking at the comments for a minute here and see what they do.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna minimize this screen because clearly they're going for it.
So 4th and 7 for the Colts.
Why didn't they run it then? You know what I mean? A 3rd time?
Well, they're taking a timeout. This is extra bad.
This is bad. Come on, Colts. Don't take the timeout here. That's bad, man. Now you gotta get this.
Zidvono says that he knows Hungarian, and it sounds wrong when people say Nagy.
Yeah?
How's it supposed to be said? Not that we're ever going to get it right. You know what's underrated about Hungary that no one ever talks about?
What, Bela Lugosi was born there?
No, the men are beautiful. Like, have you ever seen
jeez.
Have you ever seen like a Hungarian men's calendar? Especially
Nodge?
Nodge? Who's on the Mount Rushmores of NFL coordinators? This is a much more interesting.
That's a great one. I got to wait for this 4th and 7 play, but that one I can nail real quick.
It's going to have some dick on it, too.
It'll have dick on it, don't worry.
Excellent pocket. Brissett's short.
Just short.
Really, really nice tackle from 57.
On defense, it's so easy, JD. To me, if you don't say Dick LeBeau and Wade Phillips, you're out of your mind.
And even Crennel's up there.
Yeah, he's doing this. He's good. He's good. Offense, it gets a little cloudy because those guys get bumped. Yeah, Wade for sure. Wade Phillips and Dick LeBeau, they're Abraham Lincoln 1 and 2. They're so good.
Yeah, is it? One of our good friends has that name.
Yeah. Trying to think offensively, who could we do, right? I don't like Norv Turner. He's okay.
Kyle Shanahan for sure.
What's that?
Kyle Shanahan.
I was going to say Kyle Shanahan, but he's a head coach right now. I didn't want to. Kyle Shanahan for offense.
But he's a coordinator to me.
You got to. Yeah,
he's a coordinator first.
He's
and
pretty
head
good.
Coach second.
He's pretty good. Who's another offensive one I can give? You know who's actually a good coordinator? Gase was a good coordinator. Head coach, no. Offensive coordinator, Adam Gase was fantastic. And NC State just scored.
Brutal. Who's the best passing game coordinator?
Oh, get out of here. Scott Linehan. I got it right away. First try. He's laughing because it's one of the only ones. You know, you realize we do get a cover here by the Colts, eh?
We'll see.
And an under, assuming.
This
is great. It's either a Colts win or a Colts cover.
Yeah. You know who jinxed this, right?
What?
That dang Italian Jew guy at the start. Peter Schrag.
Peter Schrager, you're the worst.
Schrager got us. The coordinators. Who's Baltimore's OC? Greg Roman?
I think so, yeah. Or is it Wink Martindale?
Don Martindale's the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Jerry Rosberg, special teams.
All right, Jason, you're gonna be all right. Sorry, I called Don Martindale Wink. I mean, you can't blame me, guys, can you? There's a funny story. Eddie Ift was, I can't say the word he used, but Wink Martindale was drunk on a plane and next to this comedian Eddie Ift, and some lady was complaining about her seat and arguing with the stewardess, and Wink Martindale said, "Get that. You can fill in the blank off my plane."
You have to say Andy Reid.
He yelled it.
The best
offensive guy is Andy Reid. Well, then you can just go back and say Belichick's the best defensive coordinator. Like, how far are you going to take it? You know what I mean?
I'm fine with saying that. If those guys are calling the offense or defense,
you're doing well. Yeah. No, those guys are so good. People don't know that Belichick's a defensive coach.
What are your thoughts on Cliff Kingsbury's first half of the year? Because I know originally you were pretty down on him. I'm curious what you think now after.
Best mascot is Brownie. It's an old Browns one. They don't have him anymore, but he was my favorite. Cliff Kingsbury. I think he's improved.
He's hit above your expectations, I'd say.
I would say so now going forward because I thought he was a complete nightmare that first game I watched.
Yeah,
they're doing good against the spread, absolutely. Yeah, and I've been picking the Cardinals every week. It feels like I don't like him, and I don't think he's going to be successful. But I do think he's improved. So, I mean, that's something. There's something to be improved. And like Zach Taylor in the first game, I thought he looked the best at all, and they haven't won a game yet in Cincinnati. But does that mean that he's the worst? Not necessarily. Best NFL helmet. Vikings make a case for it. I like the old Browns orange ones. Raiders make a case. It's tough. Tough one. I like the Bengals. Yeah, I can get that. I can get behind that.
Third and 4. Colts still have 2 timeouts.
This looks like a great Colts cover, but anything can happen.
A first down is actually good for this cover. Yeah, Mickey's saying no field goal.
It's actually bad strategy to kick a field goal at some point.
Well, I don't think they're in range yet.
They aren't in range, but I'm just giving
one
you
timeout or one first down wins them this game. So it's pretty doubtful.
Yeah.
There would have to be like a completion to the sideline and then incompletions out. Like it's just not going to happen.
What's that?
I think it's TV out there. The Jason smelling a turnover.
I don't know about that.
It's pretty unlikely.
Pretty unlikely.
We're going to get a couple. Though the worst thing that could happen is they break off a run for a touchdown.
Might be better turnover on down. Yeah, I agree. Or even like a small, really a pooch punt.
That was the third deepest completion by any quarterback.
Dude, showing that again, Watson got smoked, man.
And look at where he put that ball. Like that was
right on the money, man.
Mickey thinks they're going to get the ball back with under 40 seconds.
Yeah, and then we got to worry about a pick. But even if you pick it off, like game theory says to go down. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's not necessarily what's going to happen, but
this is like the Colts say they have.
They got it,
but the ref's saying no.
This could be the worst thing that happened. Yeah, it always could. That's out, man.
The ball's out.
That is out. Look it over. That's recovered by the Colts. Why is he putting his arm up? I was going to say, why would you run it with the guy who's most likely to fumble? They got it. Leonard's got it, man. What? Oh, here we go.
Okay. From the Texans' perspective here, they let that go down to the last second, and they're going to lose this because the Colts have that ball. That was a pretty bad play by the Texans. Like, usually you want to let the clock run down.
Yeah, but this one you want to run a play. Yeah.
This one you want to get up and run this play as fast as you can.
No spoilers, please. Nice work, Jason. But I almost said it when he was running. Why would you have the guy, like a quarterback, run? Why expose him to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why expose the quarterback to... Well, they're he's the guy who's most likely to fumble.
They're trying to win the game. The first down there wins them the game, and they feel like that's their best chance.
I guess, man. Just run him. Run it with a guy who's going to do this, man. What happened to fullbacks? Like, give me a Mike Allstott at the end of the game. What?
Oh, man.
Are you serious?
I don't get this at all. Like, what? I don't get this. What did they just stop the clock for then? Because there was no clear recovery?
That was bogus, man. I thought it was for sure.
I think the Texans are going to take this last snap and just...
Yeah, they're just going to run out the back of the end zone. Or they're going to take the penalty and punt it.
They should just take the snap with 1 second left and chuck it up.
I can't... That should have been a...
They're taking the delay game.
Yeah. Well, it's looking great for a cover. Run to their own end zone. Yeah, I agree, Mickey.
Well, we were watching the dumbest plays in sports history, and remember the one quarterback? He dropped back and just dropped the ball. And they ended up losing in a high school playoff game.
Yeah, run out your own end zone and take a safety. That's a great idea. Oh, there is the free kick, though.
Well, I guess they could punt this and just punt it out of the end zone. Like, they're doing the right. They're talking to Watson. Like, it makes the most sense to leave Watson out on the field. They're gonna bootleg him.
Put a bunch of guys around so he can't get fumbled. But
well, they're gonna bootleg him and he's gonna just chuck the ball up in the air out of bounds. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Might as well just slide. I mean, yeah.
Well,
I think what Big Rye said makes sense.
They don't want a completion. They don't want anything. They're gonna roll him out and they're gonna have him chuck it up in the air, and they're gonna pretty much leave everybody else in. Like, look at who they have on the field right now. They have all their tight ends out there and whatever fast receiver down at the bottom.
Yeah, that makes a total sense. Yeah, max protect.
Game over.
Big Rye said, game over. Cover.
Cover for the Texans, or for the Colts.
Colts, come on, Big Rye.
And the Texans win outright by 3. And the under hits of 46 or 45.5 or 46.5, whatever you had.
Under 41.
Yeah, too bad the 41 didn't hit.
And the under. We got it, boys. We got it. That half point means a lot. We all know it. I said it. We got it. Beauty. Take it.
Like Ted DiBiase says,
everybody's got a price. Love me some half-point covers. Who doesn't? Hey, it's a difference of like 7%, though, and it came in today.
Yeah. Vicky's Hill asking, what's GT score?
Oh, what's Georgia Tech's score?
It's got to be good if you're asking about it. Oh.
He pushed?
He pushed. If he got the line at 2, he pushed.
Yeah, that's funny. A little sweaty at the end, but nice cover. Absolutely. Hey, I'm assuming you guys all took him in the contest, the Colts?
61% of people would have.
Yeah, but the main pros over here, I would imagine.
Jason thought at least over 41 G's.
Yeah.
A little sweaty at the end, but nice cover.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take it. Absolutely.
Jason Finley, I got him.
I got him. That was nice. Finley lost his parlay. Happens. Who did Dylan? I would bet any money that it's the. Bring it up, Big Rye. That would be the Texans. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Well, let's. Dylan had the Houston Texans minus 3.5. Oh, we had a couple come in late here.
He took Cleveland minus 11 too. And Buffalo and Pittsburgh. He's either going to catch us or he's not.
Yeah.
He's laid points in every game except Tampa Bay and Jacksonville and Dallas. Oh, that's a lot. Right on, guys. Good cover.
Just came in. Well, a push is better than a loss.
Ooh, did we catch a game on the elusive Jake Jacobs?
I'm not sure.
I think I believe we did. Ooh, that's big time. I like that. Yeah, no, he hates New England, Zivono, so it's just he'll take the dog against New England every time. Feels like us a little bit.
I don't know what Jake Jacobs' name is this week.
It's a funny one. I can't remember. Oh no, he took Indy. Lame. You took the Colts.
How can you be upset with someone who's doing well?
I want to catch him. He's the public. He finishes on top of the fat guy. Although if Zip Bono played the whole year, he'd be in first.
I don't know. It's actually pretty close.
Oh yeah, percentage-wise, actually, we all are.
And
Mickey Hill's 2 games behind us too, so it's tight.
To think that Zip would still have to be picking at 60% for the games that he missed.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. It's unlikely.
I think Jake's got the edge right now.
That's still true. It's close. We're all pretty close. All my favorites took Indy.
Dylan hasn't emailed us making a change to his picks halfway through the week anytime.
He does do that, by the way, which is very funny.
Okay.
We got a cover. I'll take the cover all day, man. I can finally take these garbage headphones off. Sounds just like... someone named their team. I'm gonna give everyone a heads up. Big Rye in a little coat. I don't know. It's playing on my Tommy Boy sentiments. You seen that one?
Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Boy is excellent.
That's where it's from. Fat guy in a little coat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he rips it.
Oh, see, I'm not that kind of...
Yeah, you're not first in net wins. We were talking percentage. I know you did. That's why I have to explain it to you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Only at plus 26. Yeah, but he's picked more though. Slightly. 20. That's so many games above. Like, that's pretty good. If you bet $100 a game, we'd be up around $2,000. It's pretty good. It's been a nice day. Under hit, Colts hit. This is all good. Some people texted me and said they were taking the Colts because of me. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's like unbelievably good. Yeah, Big Ryan, I've been doing, we started doing something because we're in all those bar pools. So we're going to add up all of the picks on each game and then compare them to the spread to see, like, I don't know what the stat would be. I guess the elasticity to spread, if that makes any sense. So I want to figure out, like, how big a dog should you take in any situation in a pool based on how many people are in it.
I'm starting to think that the closer games you want to go with the public, but it's the long games that you want to go against them.
Why do you say that?
Because
I
think
think
of
it's
like a 50-50. You kind of want to be with people on something that's more of a coin flip, whereas you want to be against them on the ones that are.
No, it depends what the expected value is, right? Like, no, I think if the game's a coin flip and it's 90-10, then I'll take the other side of the coin. I don't care which one it is.
90-10 in what sense?
I'm at 48% in 2 weeks with you guys. That's all right, man. 48's not that bad. And, like, the whole point of this contest is the other thing, too, about this contest. Or I said the whole point. I think about this contest is very good because it's self-reflective. Your results are there. There's no running away from it. So it's good to maybe think, like, maybe it's good to at least appreciate other strategies. So, I mean, it's easy for me to say because mine's been working this year, but I think it's a good way to it's a good way to learn from others. For instance, I like when Zitvono writes out what he's into this every week. Mickey Hill does that from time to time as well. I think I pin them at the top usually. So there's it's interesting. It's interesting to see what other people think. So not that I'm like swayed necessarily, but I'm open to it. So. What do you got going on there? Are you doing Google Data Studios?
I'm just creating the leaderboard so people can see on the website.
This week you pinned Dylan. Yeah, I had to. That comment was hilarious, man. How could I, like, holy, was that funny? Yeah, no, I know. I meant the pics on my thing. So I'm just saying it's a good way to be reflective. So I like that my results are in my face. So, because believe me, last year there was a few rough ones. We had a bunch of. We were sub 50% for most of the year, I think. We only closed it out at the end with some strong weeks. Houston cover that game 75% of the time. Jacoby was throwing wobbly passes towards the ground the whole game. Indy run game was good, but they couldn't move the ball the second half. I don't know if I agree, Kyle. I actually think I think Indy covers 56, 57% of that game. Nothing 75. 75 is a little bit of it's a harsh one. Don't let your eyes fool you. We fall for that kind of thing all the time. You could make an argument that Houston covers 57% of the time, and maybe that's right. I just feel a little bit differently on the game. I like Indy's strategy. I felt like Indy's strategy was a lot lower variance, and a lot of the plays that the Texans made are a lot higher variance, like long bombs and tight windows.
Made like a lot of big plays today.
Like 6 maybe, and there's a few drop interceptions. But of course, we're just talking about like one result in many. Pro Football Players' 3 favorite words after Thursday Night Football. See you Monday. Yeah. I'm actually going to agree with you, Jake. Everybody in the overall top 5 is using the same strategy. I think the order is luck. Yeah, it probably is. But you get to. This is the thing, though. You get to flex it, right? Like when you're in first place, take it and run, right? You know, I think we had it for 1 week. Mickey Hill had it for the earlier part of the year, and then the other thing too is like we're in this meta strategy. How much does it matter choosing between spread and money line? It generally doesn't. Like you can. There are charts, especially in that book, I think too, the Stanford Wong one, where they will tell you the exact price to money line, and you can kind of. Do you see some barrel lines where one is? Do you see some? Yes, very rarely, but like it might be like 15 300ths. So I guess 5 100ths. I guess like that does happen, but that's such a minimal percentage. It's still 5% though.
Sports Insights had a study that talked about taking underdog money line when the spread's 2.5, just because there's more value on that than Whereas taking them at +3 is a bigger deal. Like a game like today, if this line was 3, you'd get the push. Whereas if you took the money line on the Colts, you would have lost.
But there has to be like a probability match to it. There's also I have a theory too. I haven't really worked out, but I was watching a interview with Harala Bob. Yeah, they do know that Zit. They do, but don't forget they know that the sharps are going to beat them. They do know that, and they still put it out there because they'll get their guaranteed commission. So that's all that matters, right? Because the bookie can't beat everybody. It's a rob Peter to pay Paul type of thing. I mean, I put it in more. It's a lenders and savers. It's like a banking system almost. I mean, you're just taking money in the middle, right?
Well, some places they'll take more risk than others, and
Yeah.
you can hop on that risk with them, or you can not. Like, it's up to you.
The what I was going to say though, I have a hypothesis. I was watching an interview with Bob, probably the best sports gambler of all time, and he did a lot of stuff between. He vaguely spoke about it in the NFL. Coaches that are more likely to cover, and coaches that are more likely to win or lose big. And I kind of feel that way about Bruce Arians. I don't have the math to substantiate it though, so this will definitely be an off-season work that'll happen. It'd be too difficult to pull it in mid-season, but I think that would play into it as well, right? Like I'd rather take, even though I like the Bucks against Seattle. +7, which they ended up covering. They lost by 1 in overtime. I like the Bucks more to win outright as far as the price is concerned. I'm usually different on about 5 games every week from Fat Guy. Yeah, you should be, though. It's natural. And I know Mickey, we're so similar in how we pick. It's going to be tough. So,
Well, even the Fat Guy and I disagree on picks, and we have the exact same theory
Yeah.
for 99% of games. So.
sometimes Big Ry will do the pre-work for me, and it'll be like, he'll get probably 95% right. But we've been breathing the same air for 6-7 years, like sitting right next to each other. So it's hard not to say. It's hard to find large enough sample sizes in sports betting. Of course it is. That's why you're always actively sampling, if that makes sense. You're trying to put your theories. That's part of why I like this contest. Is it's right there. Everything I've done is right there. Everything you guys have done is right there. Do you think contrarian works better with making early picks, like in the contest? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good.
What was that one? I didn't catch that.
Do you think contrarian works better with making early picks, like in the contest?
I think it works better later
Yeah, I would agree.
because you get to see what exactly the market tells you to do. Whereas we're going off of lines that, like, think about the more tickets or more bets that are made on a game, the better the market factors become.
Yes.
So when Fat Guy and I are showing you what the betting percentages are, like, Monday evening, if there's going to be 50,000 bets on a game, we're making decisions with like 10% of those bets placed.
The one argument I can make, though, that's kind of why I hoed and hummed on that answer, was if you're able to predict that part early, because I like how, to me, predicting the market is more important than the game itself, if that makes any sense. If you're able to predict the market early and you hit that perfect storm, because that's maybe a philosophical difference between Big Ry and I. I prefer to try and do that, but I don't have numbers to substantiate my claims or the research like I'd like. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But whereas Big Ry would rather take a worse line than risk taking a better line earlier and having the market shift on you. You bet late. You know what, Mickey? Though, think about the difference. You've got, how many bets have you made this year? Have you made as many bets as you have on the contest? Like, the sampling would be so small. 53% is still good. Like, it's a winning percentage.
There's nothing wrong with 53%.
Sharps bet really early, Zitvono, or really late at the death. You can actually see it at 9:30 a.m. You can see a price crash. Like, it's like a market. It's like a market in anything. It's like a stock market crash. You can see prices shift easily. I've been trying to gather that data. We've been willing to. Yeah. So if you don't have the sample, it's really minimal. You couldn't say out one way or another. So whether, I mean, like in the contest, the reason I cherry pick the lines in the contest is like we get jagged a lot. Like the Atlanta line. Well, because they might be waiting for a price at Vono. You know what I mean? It's kind of the tipping point. It's the same thing like calls and puts in the stock market. They might be waiting for a price. How much money creates a line shift? It depends on how big the market is, right? And it also depends on the exposure of the book. So that's so much. It's a big thing, right? And also, too, a lot of books, it's hard to see a line shift unless a bunch of sharps will do it all at once, right? Because no one bet will do it. In Vegas it can. In Vegas it can big time. Because Vegas will take huge action from a whale, and some will accept the exposure, and some will just move the line, right? So there is that. So I'm sorry to give you such a vague answer, but it really depends. I would say, like, if you wanted me to put a number value on it, I would say to move the line online would probably be, I'm going to say 120 grand. What do you think?
To move a line?
Yeah.
At a book?
An online book.
I have no clue. That's a...
Because it's not that. But these are all guesstimate numbers. I couldn't say for sure. I think we crashed here.
Yeah, it looks like it's back up now.
And then total interest in particular. Yeah, absolutely, right? Because think about it. If a game has only, let's say, 250,000 in action, and a guy bets 40 grand on the game, he's allowed to get down. That's significant. That's gonna move things, right? If there's, if it's a Super Bowl and there's, 20 million on the game, and then then a guy bets 100 grand, it's gonna do nothing. Last week I had cards in the contest and Niner in the bet, and I almost middled. Yeah.
Mickey, I'm confused because it says Georgia Tech was 2.5-point underdogs if you got the late line. Did you get how did you get them at 2? Did you have
he probably bet early.
Positive juice?
Oh, maybe. Maybe he went the other way. Maybe he reversed.
Well, they opened as 1-point favorites, and then they were bet up to 2, then up to 2.5, and then they crashed down to 2.5-point underdogs. Yeah, Mickey said he picked this morning. It's quite the line move. That's a weird one. Lots of people were on NC State late. That's too bad. But that's the tough part, right? It's the tough part where that's kind of where the fat guy and I want to get to, and we just haven't been able to perfect
Not yet.
Other than experience.
Yeah. Which is that's why I like doing the podcast, is this kind of a stream of consciousness. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna say stupid things, but I'll probably nail it. I'll probably nail the meat of what we want to say. Overall, I'll probably nail the meat of what we want to say. So.
I had one other NCAA basketball game today that was a loss, so it was a split day.
Who'd you bet
on? New Mexico State. But didn't work out.
All right, Mickey, I can do that one. That's a big Lebowski. That's Sam Elliott. Lions skin 0 TDs 45-1. I kind of like that, Sam. I got to be honest. Jason Finley, y'all don't like parlays? No, I find them to be
T-Gen play of the week.
I find them to be very what we kind of go over this a lot. It is possible to beat them, but it's only under specific circumstances. I would say correlation would be the most important one, and there's only certain numbers. There's only certain types of correlation. Like some correlation, positive correlation is better than others. So there's a scale to it. It's not just a yes no, like a binary 0-1. However, though, is they have a big rise looking up something. Sorry. Generally, the rake or the commission or the vigorish, whichever you want to slice it, is a lot bigger on parlays. So, because think about it this way, and there's also another study from the UNLV Gaming Research Center, and we show that a lot. The average they'll make over 20-year span is about 5% ROI on pretty much all the sports across the board. It's a little bit lower for baseball. On parlays, it's like almost 30%. So, I mean, they're making 6 times the money on parlays despite the huge payouts. And parlays are good because they can give you bad odds. What's misleading? Is it Vono? I want to correct myself if I'm wrong. Wong is against parlays too, Mickey. Absolutely. There's no vig on parlays. Well, it's a commission. Yeah, I mean, of course there is.
There's larger vig on parlays.
If you can get 53% on your picks, you can beat parlays. Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, I still prefer.
You'd still get paid more.
In general, it does depend. Like you really have to nitpick, right? Like if you get perfect 4-1 on a 2-game parlay, then yeah, you could do it. But that would have to be a specific circumstance. So there are certain ways to beat it math-wise, but it's generally a bad idea, I think. Parlays are worse if you're not sure. Yes, in general with everything, right? So, the scale. What Zitvono is saying is the scale is worse because parlays they attract more suckers than sharps. So there's more weighted on. He's right in that. Yeah. So when I bring up the UNLV thing. It is like that, yeah. Vegas minus 110, 210 on straight bets. Yeah. Are you reading that from Sharp Sports Betting? I got it right in front of me. I think this is where I even Chapter 8 parlays. It's at this. I'm not gonna read this now, but yeah, divided. Yeah, this book's a godsend. Zitvono is right. You can be selective and you can beat it, but it's just generally I don't favor it because I think too is when people ask for advice on parlays, I just say don't do it because the difficulty it takes to beat them compared to what you're probably gonna end up making a sucker bet is what I mean by that. Also, too, the variant. I think this is like a human thing I would say about it. There's higher variance on parlays. And I like to tend to stray away from strategies that will, I don't want to say emotionally affect people. So 52.38. Yeah. So we're both right. Zitvono and Mickey Hill are right, rather. So, I just generally think they're sucker bets. Are they beatable? Yes. Can sharps beat them? Yes. Generally speaking, it's not a good idea because you have to understand the math behind it really strongly. So that's why I just say don't do it in general. Just bet straight because you're way less likely to make a sucker bet, and the variance is less, so you're way less to be emotionally affected. Let's say. So that's the best way I could put it. It's kind of like in poker. There's people when you can make higher variance plays that yield more positive expected value, but you stand to win a lot more or lose a lot more. So, and then the other thing too is when you start losing, it'll generally influence your decisions down the road, and they're usually negative. So, yeah, parlays are beatable. Zitvono's right, and they do attract. It is misleading that stat about the UNLV. There isn't much point unless exactly. That's why explaining that aspect, Zitvono, is I can't look over the prices because I always get asked what do I do for my parlay, and I would just say don't do it because unless you get the stars align, you get good prices on a correlated play, then there's no reason to, right? And a lot of places don't even accept those too. So yeah, that's why those parlay cards. Do you guys do teasers? No, it's the same thing. How about moneyline parlays? It'll be around the same. They'll jag you a few percent. It's the same type thing. So I think it's just better to have but you only need a microscopic edge for parlay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you also need a place that'll allow you to do it. Most Pinnacle will never let you do that stuff like that. A correlated one, no way. We don't do teasers. Correlated plays I used to do them on there's a local card sheet around here. This Asian guy Ernie, this loan shark used to funny sounds so made up when you say it out loud. He would do the parlay sheets, and I stole his formula when I did them at my own work. He would do them on all the bars in Vancouver, and I used to put all my ex-girlfriends' friends' names on them, and I would do covariance plays all day. I do 2-game parlays, one team in the under, one team in the... Mac Money's brother is taunting Stu. It's crazy. Hey, thanks a lot, Mickey. You have a good one, man.
Are we ending stream?
No. Mickey's leaving, so I want to hear Zitvono's thought before.
See ya, Mickey. You have a good night. Still spent. You can get some correlation by picking two teams that have played each other. Microscopic edge from correlated parlays, though. Yeah, Zit. I think the most important part is you just need to make sure that you understand the math when you're making those plays. So for the most part, people don't understand the math, so we're just quick to say just don't do it.
That's what I've been highlighting pretty much. And yeah, see, Big Ryan obviously echoes my sentiments.
Ooh. I'm guessing you answered ICSOC.
Yeah, I said I Exoxia. I can go to the bathroom. I want to know what Zitvona meant specifically by saying I still suspect you can get some correlation by picking two teams to play each other. That was the question I was curious about. I want to see if he answers.
Okay.
But I might be a little while, big right?
Yeah, that's fine. Sam, what do you mean by selling points on single plays? Oh, like tonight, like if you were gonna take the Colts, instead of getting them at 3.5, you'd bet it down to 3. Because usually, at least at Pinnacle, the book that I've been using, you're always going to lose just a little bit because you can kind of compare what the price is on the other side to see like where they set the juice and where the vig is compared to just betting the game straight up. And it's always just a couple percentage points off. So you're just losing a little bit of expected value, but like some lines it means a little bit less. You know, like always in the long term, I really don't think it's going to make that much of a difference either way. Like you're probably going to lose out you just lose a little bit of expected value. But like a day-to-day basis, it just feels better. But, you know, out of 100 games, you're going to lose one more. And so that one loss is going to make up for the difference in the amount you're paying each day. Because I've seen some of your days, if you're betting 7 or 8 games, like for your entire week, you're going to be good. And then there's going to be that one day where you're going to lose that one extra game. But for football-wise, I would just stay away from key numbers. Like, you don't want to push it over a key number. Zit says, imagine a hypothetical scenario where I randomly replace 2 teams with college teams and they played each other. Okay. Then if you can tell who one team is the next week, you can bet against the other one. Yeah, the NFL is stupid sharp. But just always check. Like, let's see. I'll see if I can find like an example of... So if I want to take Miami at 10.5 instead of 11, I can get 107 on this side and 104 on that side. So really it's like 106. Which I guess is the same as what this is right now. So the price isn't too much different between taking Cleveland, Miami at those two prices. So Pinnacle actually lets you sell points and there's not much of a difference. Then if you can tell who one team is the next week, you can bet against the other one. Look out for Untouchable. So is it you're kind of talking about just looking ahead, kind of predicting what was going to happen and then bet the week after, depending on the result, kind of getting ahead of the market? That's something Eric Johansson was talking about, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what you mean. You like looking at props on Saturdays? Just the juice you have to pay on these props is crazy. Like to bet Joe Mixon receiving yards, the VIG set at 120, which is pretty damn high. We've done some prop betting, but like these prices are just way too high. Like minus 120 is just too much. You can find positive money for props, like one like this, like taking Mixon over rushing touchdowns. Oh, okay, is it? Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, Sam, like I've been using the public betting percentages, but on top of that I'm looking for line movements and reverse line movements. So it's kind of watching the entire market. So it's not just all based off of the bet percentages, but it's always a risk. The numbers that we're getting might not always be true. The best we can do is take, but the whole point is that you're going against the public. So you're just finding out, like you can kind of gauge just by reading articles and talking to people about who they like. It's a pretty good way of even just listening to the commentators or watching like Around the Horn or whatever stupid talk shows there are. Zivono has a clear example here at the end, and he talks about suppose Houston blows out the Patriots next week, then someone might think that would make the Colts look better, like that they're a stronger team.
Huh. I always talk about that. I would love, I wish, it's one of those things where it's so hard to extract the value, because it would be
on it, yeah.
Like elasticity of perception. Does that make sense? I use elasticity a lot, but I mean,
well, there's continual power rankings in people's heads, and so when teams do well or do poorly, teams will move up and down those rankings.
Yes.
And we're always looking to catch teams at their highest or lowest points and then bet on them there.
Well, I'm influenced by that's why I like going to the bar and listening to Joe Schrader just talk about Team X or Team Y, and I try and listen to those. I think that's something that for me that's a big difference.
Jake Jacobs said
transitive property is something the public loves. I haven't heard that term before. Sam, are you making public plays based on sports insights bet percentage? The money info, could you be getting false reads? Absolutely, we could be. Absolutely. The thing is, I think we're getting more good information then, because we've been using sports insights numbers, because you used to have to pay for them, and I did for years. We've been using their numbers since we have historical ones since 2007. So I mean,
He's talking about like if A equals B and B equals C.
oh yeah. Oh, if Team A beats Team C, therefore Team C is they do that mental gymnastics actually absolutely. So Sam, they could be wrong, and I am getting some false stuff. And because they used to give out the with the money info, they used to, not anymore though. You have to pay for it now, I think, and it's not really. I'm not sure what their pricing is, but it used to be $300 something a month.
It's $150 a month now. I think I'm gonna get it.
It's $150 a month right now. It used to be $370 a month, dude.
I think I'm gonna get it for at least 1 month to see if I can glean anything from it. Yeah,
that's a good idea. Especially if you're going to be betting the whole should do. Team ABC, I never heard it. I've never heard it written that way, Jake. That's I like that. Anyways, I'm a believer in an ELO type power rankings. Yeah, I can understand that too. In chess, it does make sense. I've always just gone. Like I found the best way, like I always say, is contrarian, right? But I'm open to that making sense too. And the larger spread, covering spreads is a different game though too. It's tough. And I actually really like Nate Silver's book, Signal and the Noise, the 538 guy. Or I always get the number wrong. It is 538, right?
Yeah.
It is. That Signal and the Noise book is the longest one.
Zid likes the ELO type power rankings. I think what's really good about ELO is that it puts perspective into a win or a loss. Like it's not too high or too low.
Yeah, I could see that. But then I don't know. There's ways to pick it apart, but as a whole, you're never going to get anything perfect though. So I can understand how it does make sense. And as far as chess, it works. You know what I mean?
What's Zeke's props? Let's see if I can find them.
You guys are looking at props?
I was just kind of perusing through. They don't have props for that game, but I was just like the Joe Mixon's lines were like the juice is minus 120.
Both sides?
Yeah. Like it's
can't even beat it.
That's so high.
You can't beat it.
Like there's opportunity. The higher the juice is, what that means, guys, is that there is tons of opportunity, but they take it away. So anything that's like MLB games, the juice is minus 104, which means that they're pretty accurate in predicting what's going to happen. Whereas Joe Mixon getting a rushing touchdown, they're essentially saying we have no clue.
No, we have less of an idea of it.
Less confidence.
Yeah, and also too, they might have put less work in it. It's used in many situations. I don't know, other than chess, what they do use ELO for. I could understand how it would have multiple applications. I just don't know about it. I believe in situational handicapping. Yeah, I can understand that too. Because we used to do a combination up until this year of marketplace with a little bit of handicapping, but they used it in StarCraft. That makes sense too. That does make sense. Probably is there ELO between like Korean like StarCraft teams and stuff? That would make total sense. What's something you look for, Jake, in situational handicapping? What checks the boxes for you to make it a heavy bet? What would do that? It's used on ladders. Okay. I never played StarCraft. I always thought it was interesting though. Does a bettor have a bigger advantage for in-game betting? Is that why they pay you more juice?
I think that they just have to make decisions so quickly. Like it's just an algorithm picking a line, and they know people are going to make emotional decisions betting in game, and they're not going to be as concerned as what price they're getting.
Match fixing like Italian soccer. That's hilarious. I like how you introduce money into anything and corruption becomes a viable strategy. Like, it's just insane. I can't believe in Italian soccer they it's rampant. The 3 biggest clubs had to get relegated to lower division. What, 4 years ago? Multiple people got banned. You'd have to. The one thing about why I always argue about match fixing in the NFL is, think about this. Like, what's the quarterback's value lifetime? The average quarterback. I'm gonna say $20 million. It's his lifetime take home. Probably is $20 million. Mm-hmm. You can't get $20 million down. You can't get $1 million down on a game. So, like, fixing it, is he really gonna like risk jail time and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. The only one that you could do is a long snapper who's on his way out. That's probably the only one I could think of. A team with a big game on deck playing a weaker opponent. Team going into or coming out of buys. You put more weight on those? Okay. So you think teams are stronger coming out of buys and weaker going into them? Because the market does... teams might be thinking, okay, so you think there's an emotional thing to it. A coach could make money by choosing to punt. They could. That one's I guess that's it. I never thought about that. It's unlikely though, because they get paid a serious amount of money, and a coach's career is a lot longer. Like, think of even Cliff Kingsbury right now. He's what, 35? Just say 40 years old. He makes about $2 or $3 million a year right now. He'll make around that for the next 30 years if he continues to coach. I mean, he'll probably get fired a couple times and he'll go down to coordinators, but I mean, refs is a big one. They had the Tim Donaghy thing in the NBA. And Jake Jacobs says, a hot team going to a bye lose their momentum. I can understand that. I've never been a momentum believer necessarily, but I am interested. I do believe there are weights to things, and they are put into line, but sometimes they're not weighted correctly.
Jason, what was happening at the horse track?
Oh, yeah. I want to hear this.
Yeah, you see that a lot in baseball where... Like, umpires just... I like how every umpire gets their own strike zone.
That's that's nuts. Oh, of course it can. You get a lot... Like, on prop bets, though, you can barely get any money down, though. Like, a lot of prop bets will have, like, $1,000 cap, right?
Yeah. Jake brings up San Fran played a brutal max overtime game versus Seattle on Monday night, and then it was a short week to play a division opponent.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense, Jake. I can understand that too. I felt, all of us felt strongly about Arizona, but I think it was just the price more or less. I would have taken San Fran if the price was 7 or less.
That's pretty interesting what Jason just said, that the jockeys look out for each other.
I know all about that. I have a certain family member of mine that was suspected of cheating in the in the horse racing realm, and he used to do these things in pari mutual betting in British Columbia. You can cancel a bet up to $200. So him and his cronies would bet on all the horses they didn't like, because it was a driver's race. They knew which horses were coming in, and then they get the public money to jump on them. Then they would cancel all that money, lock in the public money, and then they would bet on the horses they actually wanted to. So he got in trouble for that. So horse racing is a dirty business. I love it, though. I grew up on it. I grew up at the track. So what do you do at the racetrack, Jason? People that work at the track, they work hard, man. That's it's not an easy. Oh, you're a chef? Oh, okay. Do you ever get an insider tip? Do you ever get to bet on it, or are you not allowed? Oh, you have your own cafeteria? That's awesome.
Later, Jake. You have a good night, and good luck this weekend, too. We'll probably see you Sunday night.
Yeah, we'll see you Sunday night.
And congrats on tonight's win.
A fun stream. This is like one of the better ones. We got to talk about a lot of topics that I'm interested in. There's so like it's just so amazing. Like all day it's 50-50. That's so Jason, I got to be honest. I don't know about the work part, but that listening to it would be so interesting to me. I can't even. That would be just amazing to hear clucking hens about. It'd just be so interesting. You get to be right in the mind of what's going on. That would be so cool to listen to that, because you hear one guy say something and another guy say the opposite, and they're trashing each other. That would be, I don't know, just fun to be a fly on the wall for that type of thing. What kind of juice did you get? I might pour myself one of those.
It's fruit punch.
Fruit punch?
Yeah.
I always forget you're 9.
Yeah. I think we're going to call it a stream.
Yeah, I think so. Are you tired?
No, but...
You're doing a little work. Yeah, let's call it a stream. Cheers, guys.
It's been 4 hours, guys. Thanks very much. Nice win tonight for some of us. And, yeah, we'll see you guys on Sunday. Sam says a couple times a year SFU plays American college teams, and there are lines. You guys got to get to those SFU kids. Sam, that's where I graduated from. So I went there for I don't know how many years. I never watched any of their games, or I probably had classes with some of the guys on the team, but that's about it. But if that's the case, I'm going to get up there. We'll see who's on the roster and who I can influence. I'm sure we could do some line shaving. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. We'll catch you later.